guys are adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. Specifically, you are out here in the Protectorate at the Night Spire, where you have come after having traveled across Toivoa, doing some odd jobs, and discovering that there are portals that are leaking from the Fey realms into the material plane. In an effort to close those portals and get some political clout, you've come to the Protectorate in order to facilitate and resolve the situation with Islarin Shonazath, your compatriot in arms and travel. When you arrived here, she was promptly arrested for going AWOL and has been under house arrest in her own home. She has been betrothed to one Rolmos Manigath and is currently preparing for her wedding. Rolmos last week asked Twilight to assist in the process of a shoreside celebration that would be known as a bachelor party. As you guys have finished the welcoming party, the crew stands prepared to go down to the Mermaid's Mirage this evening, should Twilight follow through with his intended plans for a bachelor party for Rolmos. Meanwhile, Covet and Islarin are off in a side room preparing the dress, which we have not shown to anybody. Not even to Covet's player.
It makes me so sad.
It makes me super happy to have this little dangling bit of bait. So, as Covet and Islarin ooh and ah over the dress and go absolutely bonkers, we're still not going to show it. We're
I'm going bonkers over the dress.
got one job on this ship. Start the session off. We're going to pan the camera to Ayla Taylor. Ayla, you're currently in your room with the remains of last night's dinner and leftovers that are presumably mostly on the dining cart that you brought back to your room. What would you like to do today? And are you going to be coming out of your room in what state?
Yes, I'm going to be coming out of my room. But right now what I'm doing is I'm finishing up all the notes I'm taking on all of these canapes and whatever. Noting the flavors that I liked, the flavors I didn't like. Writing down the canapes I thought were very good, the ones that were so-so, and the ones that I couldn't stand. Because I want to talk with Lady Sholazath to make sure that the things that she has for the reception tonight after the wedding are those things that Islarin and Romos would choose to like. Because what I did while at the party, I made careful notes of what they ate and what they didn't eat.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that. And because I never ate all of anything,
Right.
I tasted a lot of things. I didn't, I don't feel really bad. There were a few things I ate that has given me terrible indigestion, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
Does Ayla have any allergies?
Not that she knows of. I haven't found any yet.
Okay.
But I need to check and see if it's Lauren does.
All right.
Or we go too far into planning because she's been away from home, her mother may not be aware of any allergies that she may have.
Awesome. Cool. So as you prepare to leave your bedroom, we're going to pan the camera over to Eowyn, who has left the party last night early because it was a little overwhelming and has made a tactical withdrawal to their room in order to get some peace and quiet behind the soundproof doors. Eowyn, the party is long over. The guests have all left, and you don't hear anything from outside. Would you come out in the morning?
I haven't used my laptop. We're actually pretty interesting mute buttons. Yeah, I would.
So you would come out? Okay. Awesome. So as you come out, with and Ayla Taylor emerge from the same hallway at the same time, you see standing in the middle of the room with an evil grin on his face, Twilight's Call.
That tracks.
Can I go back to my room?
He spots you as you come out.
Oh, good. Eowyn, Ayla, come here for a sec.
Yes, Twilight. What can I do?
Eowyn, are you going back to your room or are you going to Twilight?
I know. Go
glad
with
you're here.
Ayla.
Okay.
So, Rolmos approached me this morning, and unfortunately, it seems that at the top of the military elite, it's kind of lonely at the top. And he explained to me that he really didn't have any friends in the area. So he has asked us to assist him in this celebration prior to his nuptials this evening. You can count on your support to participate, right?
Kiki is right next to Twilight right now.
Hey, everybody, we're going to have a great time.
Are girls supposed to come to this party?
There will be girls present, absolutely.
But not the kind I am.
I don't understand.
Are you married?
I am.
Then why should I have to explain this to you?
You asked if girls were going to be there, and I said yes. What's the question?
He talked to him. I don't think I'll be at the party, but if you need any assistance getting it planned, I'll be glad to help out.
Oh, no, we already have the perfect agenda. We'll go to the beach, we'll surf for about an hour, or hang out at the Mermaid Mirage for about 3 hours. We'll go get personal massages for an hour, and then we'll have 2 hours to finalize any preparations for the actual wedding itself. All perfectly planned. We've got a secured private transportation to all the venues. It'll be amazing.
I don't know. I need to talk with Lady Sholazath first because I've got to help her with the food for tonight. But let's just say I don't think I'm going to make it, but y'all have a great time. I got to help out Lady Sholazath because she's the
I understand.
venue.
Eowyn, I am glad you're in. This is going to be amazing. Look forward. We're leaving in about 45 minutes.
I didn't agree.
Are you telling me that you are not going to support the groom in his last hours before getting married?
I hate Ramos. Why would I support him?
You hate the guy that is Lauren's getting ready to marry.
I think we made that very clear last time. The first few times.
I know, but we told Islauren we would support her in whatever she chose to do. She's choosing to marry him, so.
And she has said yes to Ramos last night when he proposed to her. You were, were you standing right there? I don't remember.
Nope.
Anyway, she said yes. He's asked for our
It's called peer pressure. How do you know this is what she actually wants and she's sucking up to her parents?
Oh.
So are you going to support the groom-to-be, or are you going to stay
I am
here?
not going to support someone Storm probably wants nothing to do with.
She told him yes last night.
peer pressure from her parents.
No,
Her parents
I
wasn't
happened to
standing
be
there.
I happened to be standing close by, and her daddy said she could do what she wanted to do, that he would support her either way.
That doesn't mean she's actually gonna do it.
Well, who are you going to believe if you can't believe your own parents?
Oh yeah, I'm not there. Never mind.
She seems sincere to me, and I looked very closely for her reaction, and I don't think she's faking this.
And I don't think she's happy with this.
I mean, you can always go ask her real quick, but remember, we're leaving in 45 minutes.
She's not gonna tell me directly. She's not gonna tell anyone directly.
That's not what Covet told me. So, are you going to show support for this groom for Slaren?
I'm not going to show support. I'm going so he doesn't kill you. I don't trust him.
I mean, Eowyn, I think it's going to be a good time. I don't think there's going to be any killing, but I mean, you never know. It has absolutely happened when we didn't expect it. But maybe you could talk to Slaren beforehand, and she can tell you herself if she's happy about this.
And this is always a great time to learn more about the guy that Slaren's getting ready to pledge her life to.
Absolutely.
I really think she doesn't even want to.
But maybe you can use this opportunity to get some dirt on Ramos and actually understand him a little bit more and maybe even thwart him.
Fine.
You can be a thwarter.
Perfect. I am glad you're attending this. This is going to be amazing. Come on, Kiki, let's finish this.
All right, let's do it.
Mm-hmm. So as Ayla goes off to find Lady Shonazath, Covet and Islaren are off in a side room. Islaren, you've got a private moment with Covet. Are there any butterflies?
No butterflies. At least none that Islaren is putting on display.
Covet, you've heard of brides being nervous. Islaren is collected and seems normal.
Okay, so with that, I'm gonna do the first roll of the day and see how well this goes.
Of course.
Oh God.
How's your day gonna go? It's pretty good. So, with an insight roll of a 19, is Islaren holding it together in a presentation, or is she going to open up?
I lost audio for a moment. What did you say?
Is this a facade, or is this really how she feels?
No, it's pretty genuinely how she feels.
Okay.
So she seems satisfied with that. That being said, she goes over to Islaren and like, so did I hear that right? When you're just that your mom was planning this for 25 years? Is it like really real about that?
It would not surprise me.
I mean, wow, that's dedication. No wonder she passed out when you told her that you wanted it in front of, like, in the house. You wanted it in front of the tribunal, right?
Yes, I hate to disturb such intricate planning as she had laid out. But as the circumstances had changed so rapidly, I did not have much choice.
She has. She checks the room to make sure that we are 100% alone and all this stuff.
You look around, and short of any possible pixies or sprites that may normally be in a place like this in the Fey Realms, which you're naturally suspicious of, you don't see any here at the moment.
That being said, she's always going to be on the lookout, particularly. She looks at Lauren and like, I know you said you want to go through with this marriage, which is fine. I promised that I would support you in whatever you chose. But I do have questions. Would you be willing to answer them first? Not, I understand.
It depends on the question, but I will not take offense if there is one that I am unwilling to answer.
So, first off, how is Romos with you coming back? I mean, what he had for us, that's us. We're friends, But when you talk to him in private, okay, you just hold off the way. Or okay with it. Does he still want it?
As far as I can tell, he does still want to marry me. He did not expressly state that he was hurt by it, although I would make that assumption regardless that he could have been. However, this has never been about either of our personal feelings. It's about what the best path forward is for both of our futures, for the futures of our people. We put those feelings aside and move forward.
Okay, so here's a question I have for you. Here's a valid question. When you left, Romos had stated it had gone down, and that this was, and your parents had stated that it was a securing of, how do I put it? The calming of political unrest.
Yes.
How bad is it? To the point where this has become not just a issue of state, but I'm talking like war and stuff like that, it sounds like.
Really quite bad. Seen it for myself, being cooped up here, of course. Shin is accurate, however, then I already told him that if I had known what would happen when I left, reconsidered how I did things.
So I'm
But if
go for it, I'm sorry.
I've caused this stir, and if it is as bad as he says, then feel some responsibility to attempt to repair the damage.
everything that we have seen, everything that seems to hide in some way with looks back and forth, doesn't see Faye or Pixie cat
Okay.
shadows.
You look for brownies and various little fae that might be hiding, and you see none.
Various things in the shadows. She continues and says, there have been so many things that have been connected to shadows and the Fae. You know where in particular.
Yes.
Does that have anything with the unrest here?
Possibly. The unrest was, according to Rolmos, far too effective and organized far too quickly to be organic.
It would have to be some sort of thinking out loud here. It would have to be some sort of portal or something. Or travel through shadow like that to happen.
Possible.
Which is possible.
That is why I need everyone to be on their guards during the ceremony.
She cocks her head and looks at us, Lauren. Then she smiles and said, "You're ruder than I thought you were." Trying
Thank
to trick
you.
something, aren't you?
But yes, there's more than one purpose being served.
You have my approval. Again, whatever you need. She'll reference. She holds her hand up, looks at us, Lauren, looks at her hand, looks back at us, Lauren. Smoke, holds her hand, and says, "Of course, whatever you need. You have my support. Whatever for the decision."
Thank you.
So, that being said, let's get you ready and make them regret spoiling the lovely party.
I would like to ask for permission to share the wedding dress with only Covet. Is that okay?
That's okay.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm going to ask that Twilight not look at her screen on Discord.
Girl,
I'm not looking. Not looking.
not looking. He's like this. He's like covering his eyes.
All right.
Wow. Was this done by?
Yes.
First off,
yeah. The art was done by
Wow.
Bubble Laser. Yes.
Yep.
Wow. Dang. Bubble Laser has outdone herself again. Dang. All right. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So Covet has seen the
Is the
dress.
coast clear?
Coast is clear. We're good now. You can actually look.
All right.
All right. For those who cannot see her face right now, Covet's like It's
She's
funny.
doing a happy dance in her seat. over
Yes,
here.
it's great. So, all right. So, as Covet and Islarin are in their room at the moment, in the fashion room, Ayla is going to try to find Lady Shonazeth. And she's not hard to find, as she is hustling and bustling, moving efficiently from one room to the next. Can I help you? Pardon me. Is there something you need, Ayla? Cannot hear you.
I have been working diligently, Lady Shalazar, to try to come up with a menu that might do well for tonight, trying to choose things that I noticed that Islaran and Ronos both loved in the routine last night.
Oh,
And so,
yes. Thank you for that. I'm sure it will be appreciated. You'll have to excuse me. I do have caterers already set, though, and we can't change things last minute, you understand?
Oh, I do understand, but if you would put me in touch with the caterers, then perhaps I could work with them.
Oh, everything's been paid for already, and it's a little too late to make alterations. Is there a specific dish that you'd like access to?
Well, no, I just noticed that last night you served a dish that was a crab dip that both Rolnos and Islaran went for repeatedly, and I thought maybe that would be a good thing to have again tonight.
Of course. I'll ensure that they have a significant portion.
I just wanted to be sure because I mean this is their evening and all, you
Of
know.
course it is.
So, but by the way, if there's anything I can do to assist, as this is one of the responsibilities I used to have on my home island.
She's going to take you by the elbow and move you over to the edge of a hallway. If you can convince her to have the wedding here instead, I'd appreciate it.
I can try, but I don't think it's going to happen. She and Ronos want this wedding at the tribunal for a very, very important reason.
Fine. I'll ensure that the crab dip is there. And she will turn on her heel and click, 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 click her way away.
Well, you do what you can. I'll go find his lord and tell her about what her mother had to say. And at least I will have done that.
Islarin and Covet, there's a knock at the door to the fashion room.
Pardon me,
Oh,
ladies,
okay,
might I
that.
enter?
Let me get that. And
You crack the door?
just a teeny bit blocking Ayla's view, all the things. Yes.
I know you're really, really busy, but I just wanted to speak to Islaran for just a moment on behalf of her mother.
She looks at Ayla and says, "Just a moment." Closes the door.
Hold, please.
I've been a maid of honor before. I know how this goes.
Yeah.
So she turns around, blocking keyholes and all the things, making sure. And she's like, so Ayla wants to talk to you real quick. She says it's important. You want me to let her in?
She may. Yes, please.
Okay. So, Covet is gonna turn around and open the door just enough to just a little crack. She's like, okay, she'll let you in, but we gotta do this real stealthy, nobody can see.
Got it.
All right. So you walk in, and the dress is on display. Ayla,
The door shuts really loud.
may I share this with Ayla?
Yep.
Okay.
My eyes are like saucers.
All right, so Ayla, there you go. In Discord, you should see the wedding dress. She's pulling it up right now. If you can't see the camera now, it was.
Nothing was amazing. I can only imagine.
Ayla is currently just wow.
Yeah, is that a wisdom saving throw?
That's gorgeous. Now I feel really bad about what I have to say. Okay. All right, here it is. I went to your mom and offered help with the caterers and everything. And she said, no, she didn't need it. That was already taken care of. And I says, well, if there was anything that I could do. And she pulled me off to the side and she said, well, if you can talk Miss Lauren into getting married here at home instead of at the tribunal, you would have my undying gratitude. And I said, well, I can mention it, but I don't think it's going to happen because they wanted to get married at the tribunal for a very, very, um, I'm assuming for a very, very important reason. I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking that's what it was, or else they wouldn't have moved the venue. So I told her I would talk to you, so I've talked.
Well, thank you. I'm not surprised that you convey that message, and your instincts are correct.
Um, yeah, I kind of thought maybe that was the case, but she's mad at me now. She won't talk to me at all. So, you know, but at least I did talk to her about some things that I saw you and Ramos eating a lot of last night and made sure that they would be there for your dinner tonight. And because I felt like it should be about y'all and not about what everybody else. So I've done what I can.
Thank you. It's
You know,
very kind of you.
at least I talked to you and you can tell your mother that I talked to you. So maybe she won't be mad at me.
Oh, if she brings the subject up, I will make it very clear that you were as persuasive as you could have been, and that it is. I will let her think me stubborn, rather than blame you.
Thank you, Islauren. And you are going to look fabulous tonight. I'm so excited.
When the ceremony starts, just be on your guard, please.
Yeah. Always try to be because we've been so surprised by so many odd things at the oddest times. So I always try to, watch. Even while I was taste testing all the foods last night, I was watching the guards and everything that was going on. There wasn't a whole lot I missed. Um, well, let me leave you to getting ready because I need to go work on things for myself as well. So take care,
Oh,
dear. And remember, I'm always with you. I'm always on your side.
you haven't happened to
You.
see Twilight, have you?
Last time I saw Twilight, he and Kiki were heading out the door, two heads together, just a jabbering about this thing they're having at what is it, the Mermaid's Mirage? So I'm assuming they've headed off down that way because at that time It was supposed to be about 45 minutes before the party started.
Mermaid's Mirage. Are you familiar with that?
I know nothing about it.
It's Lauren.
Lauren, like as soon as the name comes up, she has her head buried in her hands.
It's Lauren. You got some explaining to do. How much trouble is Twilight gonna get in when he gets back?
First off, before we answer this, we have to do a quick investigation into Islarin's past. As we pan the camera directly into Islarin's skull, what memories does Islarin have of the Mermaid's Mirage? And I'm going to, just for the sake of fun, I'm going to take Islarin on a little tour so that the player knows what's going on without without the rest of the players. So we're going to do this. If you guys are cool with that, give me just a moment here. So, is Lauren, there you are. We are going to put you at the Night Spire for a moment, just so that I can do this correctly. So, Lauren, come on. There we go. All right, so Miss Lauren is going to go on a little bit of a trip. We're going to show that. Cool. We're going to show this. All right. Got that, Miss Lauren? Yes?
Yep.
All right. And then we will also show Miss Lauren this. There. Does that make sense, Miss Lauren?
That makes a lot of sense.
All right. Cool. So I leave it to you whether Islarin knows anything about this. If so, how much, and if she has any history there, etc.
So she will respond to the question of how much trouble could they get up to there, and we will say the fortunate answer is that I doubt that they can get themselves into any worse trouble than they were already capable of getting themselves into on a normal basis.
Then basically, politically, we're all screwed. Is that right?
He kind of doesn't answer.
Your silence speaks volumes. All right.
We'll be fine, I'm sure.
With your insight check, please, Covet. How sure is Islarin?
Oh, she is clearly just trying to convince herself.
Understood. Cool. After all, what's the worst that could happen, right?
We should have coffee, right? Lots and lots and lots of coffee and
Nuclear war.
Maybe I should think of starts looking all around the room for herbs that like used to help with like headaches, stuff like that.
Oh, there's a entire small display case off to the side with herbs and perfumes and ointments and lotions and makeups and the whole shebang. It's a whole vanity with a mirror, the whole 9 yards in here. This place has been set up for a bridal party for the entire bridal group.
Good.
For the record, this is actually, for guys who've never been into the bridal suite, this is actually a thing that a good bridal suite has.
For sure. Including, sometimes a sewing machine.
Oh, if you don't have a sewing machine, you're doing it wrong. Just, it's a thing, guys. If you ever have to plan a wedding, be sure there's a sewing machine, at least a small one.
And eat lunch.
Stitch witchery also helped.
Yep, Stitch Witch is awesome.
Okay,
Guys don't have to deal with any of that.
Because our suits always fit perfectly because we did them the night before.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have time to grow out of them. You just
It's
come
just
straight from the rental place.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair, that particular day is not about us anyway.
Yeah, it's not. No one's looking at us.
No, not whatsoever.
all right. So I guess before we leave, we need to make sure that have some dedication ready to go for the guys. Talks. Yeah, she looks at her pack and she thinks about her pack and she's like, have some of the fire bullets. That might.
All right. Cool. So, Twilight's Call. You have the boys. The boys. The girls are gone. You are unattended, Twilight, and have been for the better part of an hour.
Oh no.
Amazing.
You have been told that Ayla is not interested in participating tonight. Therefore, by default, and the fact that Eowyn is coming along in order to ensure that nobody gets into trouble and that you don't get killed, that would put either you or Kiki in charge today, and Rolmos voted for you, Twilight. Twilight, this is your show.
So has Rolmos showed up?
Not yet, but he's about to. Is there anything you'd like to do before he does so?
All right, guys, we need to make sure that he has a good time before his wedding. Real quick, make sure that you've got your swim trunks, you've got your going out clothes, and that you've already pre-positioned your suits or tuxes for this evening. Kiki, are you good?
I don't know that I have a suit for this evening. I mean, for the wedding and stuff, I have my suit that I was going to wear to the mermaid's place. And I don't know. I mean, I don't think I need a swimsuit.
All right. Just make sure that you leave one here that you can change into once you get back.
All right. I'll leave it. I'll leave. Yeah. I'll leave my best clothes from the monastery.
Perfect. This isn't the one that you spent the night in jail in, is it?
No. That was the suit that I'm wearing to the mermaid's place.
Oh, that's perfect. You can tell them you're a jailbird. They'll love it. All right. Eowyn, you good to go? You've got your investigative tools. You're going to start looking for stories and dirt on Rolmos. Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm just trying to make sure you don't get killed. Both of you. You two can't be left unsupervised.
Perfect. Now, does anybody need any type of performance enhancement techniques for today? Any nervous or jitters? Do you need strength of bull or sly of fox? Anybody need really anything? Let me know and I can hook you up.
I mean, a little sly of fox is never going to hurt.
So cunning of a fox. Yeah, I'll give. Here you go, Kiki, and you'll be. You get 9 temporary hit points, and for Fox's cunning, you have advantage on all intelligence checks.
I'll need it.
All right. Awen, did you need any assistance for today?
Well, Awen gains inspiration from Toad's 54. Because the babysitter deserves recognition and help.
Thank you.
When is the wedding? What time is
Midnight.
the wedding? Okay, cool.
All right. Awen, did you need a mastery of tongues for this evening?
No, nothing from you.
You didn't need a tongue technique at all.
No.
All right, just asking. All right. I think we are good. As soon as Ramos gets here and the floating barge arrives, we'll head off to the beach.
Awesome. Ramos will be announced by the guard, and he will show up dressed in his dress outfit.
Ignore those. Sorry.
He is ready for a very formal party.
I am glad you're here, and I hope you have your swimsuit.
Swimsuit. I'm not certain what that it would be.
Whatever you wear to swim in the ocean.
Oh. Well, he smiles at you. That is carried with us naturally.
Perfect. All right. So
I saw that jaw drop.
as soon as the floating barge gets here, we're heading to the beach.
Very well. And he looks at you one moment. Beach? You mean the shore?
Absolutely.
A week away.
Didn't we just sail into the Night Spire?
Yeah, but there's no beach. It's literally a structure that goes straight up from the bottom of the ocean up out of the water. There is no beach.
Okay, where are
Like
the
an oil
largest
drilling.
waves?
I'm sorry, where the waves are, you said?
Yes.
He looks at you. Very well, we will go out to sea.
Perfect. We're going surfing.
Surfing. Is that not a shoreside activity where the waves roll over one another?
It is.
The waves around the Night Spire do not do this, as there is no bottom that comes to the surface for the waves to crash upon themselves. So the waves here are simply up and down. Are we going floating?
Sure, we'll go floating.
Very well. And he will get on the transportation. Lead away.
And I will mount the floating barge.
All right. You have no idea where you're
Before
going.
Before we leave, Kiki's gonna look around and see if there's some place that he can grab some cigars from. Because it seems like this is a night with cigars.
Okay, go and roll a investigation check.
I have performance enhancement, so my
Very well.
investigation is at advantage.
Awesome.
No, there you go.
Cool. With the 13, it's not hard to find a box that looks like a cigar box. It's sitting off to the side where Mr. Shonazath would keep it. Would you take the contents, or are you taking the box?
I'll just grab a handful and slip them in my bag.
Okay. The cigars are not brown. They're teal colored, slightly green.
Oh, that makes sense.
They have
They
a
look like these people.
They have a silver band around them that is actually metal, not just a foil, but actually a nice, decent ring holding this tight.
Excellent.
Okay.
They're not Cuban, though.
No. Having been in possession of Cuban cigars in the past, no. These are significantly fancier than the makeup of true Cuban cigars. For the record, for those of you who have never actually had handmade Cuban cigars in your hands, they don't look all that great. Just saying. They're well done, but they don't look great. These are exceedingly fancy. How many did you take, sir?
Enough for our party, so everyone gets one.
So 4?
Yeah.
Okay. You've taken...
Too cheap.
Yes?
I don't think you're allowed to take those.
Nobody will notice. Come on, let's go. We're going to have some fun.
Okay. Cool. So, Kiki, you've been granted inspiration for the not-so-Cuban cigar heist.
Thank you so much.
As you take the 4 cigars with you, the lid closes with a little metallic click. You are departing the place? Awesome.
Yeah. We're going to... Come on, Eowyn, let's hustle up so we got to catch up to Twilight and Rolmos.
Awesome. So as you guys are leaving, the camera is going to pan over to Mr. Shonazath, standing off to the side, having watched you do this.
Like, this is gonna go over well.
He looks past the door and smiles. Boys will be boys, after all. And he will go over, open the box, pull one of the things out, and go in search of Lady Shonazath. As you guys head off into the Night Spire. So, Twilight, where are we going? Down to the water's edge?
Yeah, and I see waves crashing in the picture, so I'm wanting to surf one of those.
You're gonna try to surf one of those directly into the building, huh?
Wait, Twilight, you should avoid getting your suit dirty, you know?
Oh no, that's
And
the
wagging
bathing suit for.
Eowyn, you realize that Twilight said bathing suit. Do you have a bathing suit?
Those exist in this timeline?
Sure. As you guys are... No. You don't have one? Okay, that's perfectly fine. Kiki, I assume you don't have a bathing suit either.
No, but I've got feathers.
Right.
I'm okay.
So, as you guys get down to the water's edge, it's fairly busy down here. There's a whole bunch of people fishing and going about doing seaweed harvesting, etc. You're basically...
Is there anybody floating in the water?
There are people floating in the water, mostly kids.
Awesome. We're going to go float in the water.
Awesome. Rolmos is going to go ahead and strip. As he takes his uniform off, he will gesture to one of the young men in the area. Ensign, come here, please. And the young man comes over, stands at attention. You will hold my uniform while I am floating. And he will take his uniform completely off.
He looks even worse now.
Ramos is in extremely good physical shape. I am not going to show you guys that art. Sorry. Covet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. He has numerous scars up and down his back and chest and legs and arms. But as he strips all the way down to nothing, he will step out into the water, lay on his back, and float. Twilight, will you be joining?
I will strip down to my bathing suit and then go out into the water and float.
Okay, so you have your bathing suit on, keeping your
Yes.
Decency.
Yes.
Awesome. Ramos did not. Ramos is a military man and believes that free balling is the normal way to swim. After all, you don't want to wear wet clothes throughout the day.
Come on, Kiki, Eowyn, jump in.
Twilight.
Yes.
Okay. Do you need me to hold your suit so it doesn't get dirty?
Oh no, it's fine right where it's at.
Where's it at?
On the floor.
I will grab it and pick it up with me. Like,
Okay,
I'll just hold on to this.
you're gonna be the wingman? Okay.
Aowen's like, Covet's gonna kill me.
Eowyn is such the good wingman. I love it so much. Kiki, are you going to go floating?
Of course. Kiki will take off his shark skin suit and he's going to fold it up really nice and leave it on the boat. And then the other thing he's wearing is his anklet that he got from his Lyran, and he's going to jump in the water. Yeah, and I mean, he's probably going to be like, yeah, Romos, I don't know, it must be rough not having feathers, but I agree with you. Clothes are a pain in the butt.
Indeed.
And he'll start swimming.
I have not done this in many years. It's to be free and childlike once again is quite nice. I'm glad I took the day off and took leave.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's your wedding day. You got to take the day off. What are you going to do? What you going to work up until, and then just like, what, get married at dinner time?
Well, at midnight, I assumed that normal behavior would take place, work during the day and have the wedding at midnight. After all, I would have time to bathe before then.
It's a celebration. You gotta, this is the best idea. You see, Twilight's got the right idea here. We gotta go out, have some fun, party a little bit, and then you'll be all ready to go when the wedding night is here.
Indeed. I'm glad I approached Twilight regarding this festivity.
Of course, you have to remember where you came from and then what you're looking forward to.
Absolutely. Now, I'm only thankful that the sharks have been driven away.
I mean, that could have caused some unique and interesting activities, side quests, if you will.
Absolutely. Oh, Twilight, don't mind that eel. It's only looking to exfoliate your skin.
Better that.
Oh,
than
it's going to
hair.
exfoliate his hair.
The callbacks from both of you was great.
I wondered how that happened.
And Twilight, you will feel a very long 6-foot eel begin slithering up against you.
I think it's accommodating for something.
Yeah. It's seeking to eat the dead skin off of your body.
This is better than a sea rat.
Indeed. So, how long are you guys going to stay floating, leaving Eowyn with that ensign over there, just holding clothes?
It was only for an hour. It was just to begin the relaxing activity.
Okay. So, Twilight's Call, do you have some sort of protection against pruning?
Against what?
Your fingers going all wrinkly.
No.
Okay. So after an hour in the sea, Twilight, your fingers look like raisins.
It's interesting. I hadn't really seen that before.
Fingers and toes. Yep, raisins. Protection against pruning is a nice little spell.
That's amazing.
All right.
Okay, that can happen.
Especially in real life, what? What's that?
Especially for the people of the Protectorate.
Oh, yeah. So, Twilight, after an hour of floating with Rolmos, you guys can emerge. The ensign is going to remove a towel from a nearby rack and provide it to Rolmos, who will dry off his muscled, quite impressive physique.
They will secure a towel from also said rack and proceed to dry off before donning his suit.
Very well.
I'm going to shake my feathers.
You shake your feathers, getting the ensign and Eowyn soaking wet.
Are you
Oh.
kidding me? Twilight, what happened to your fingers?
Well, evidently, supposedly, or at least approximately,
They look ugly now.
overexposure to salt water has some type of wrinkling effect. That's interesting. I hadn't seen that before.
Do you have gloves?
Well, back at the ring.
Okay, as long as you have gloves at least. Maybe we should skip water activities.
Eowyn, you've been in Nasha for a while. Have you seen this before?
Who are you asking?
Eowyn.
Eowyn, you've been around water. Have you seen fingers turn pruny before?
Yes, I've seen it. It's ugly. This is not something you need before a wedding.
How long does this usually last?
I don't know. That's the problem.
I'll be fine.
It'll
All right,
be fine.
everybody on the barge, we're heading to the next location.
All right. So, where's the next location you'd like to go to, sir?
The Mermaid's Mirage.
Awesome. As you guys are dressed up in your finery once again and are headed down to the Mermaid's Mirage, you guys will go beneath the wave level to a very impressive gate. It looks like this.
Oh, wow. That is a very impressive gate.
In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and hide Rolmos for a moment so you guys can see the gate in its full. There you go.
Wow.
That's really pretty.
Twilight
is a
will go
classy
up
joint.
and knock or use the door knocker that is on the door.
Okay. You will hear a voice. Can I help you?
Yes, Twilight's Call, party of 4, bachelor party.
Interesting. Do you have an appointment?
Yes, we're supposed to be in the VIP area.
Oh, of course. And the door will open, and just open a little bit. A man dressed in the finest suit you have ever seen steps forward. Now, gentlemen.
Hey, the Protectorate has strong eye candy. I'm just saying.
Hey, man.
Is there anybody ugly in this town? What- Jesus.
Ah.
I'm a little.
There is someone ugly. It's Ramos.
Gentlemen, are you ready for a night of festivities?
We only have 3 hours before we have other appointments we have to get to, but we are looking forward to the evening.
Twilight. We should try and leave an hour earlier just to be safe.
Of course not.
So, 3 hours or 2?
It's 3 hours. Don't mind Eowyn. It'll be fun.
Very well. So, at 3 hours, I'm to notify you and remove you from the premises. Is that correct?
Yes, please.
Of course. Gentlemen, the mermaids, Mirage. And he is going to crack the doors. You will hear the music before you're seeing the sights as you guys walk in to the mermaids, Mirage.
Wow.
Get me out of here.
Eowyn, are you going to leave or are you going to stay?
It's gonna kill you for being in here.
Too late. She already knows.
For the record, Islarin did get to see this before this all happened. What? You guys thought I was going to just gloss over a bachelor party? Hell no!
Right?
Wait, you're almost even in here. You're getting married.
Exactly. So he has to understand exactly what he is willing to dedicate his life for by seeing everything that fails to compare to Islarin.
What kind of logic is that?
Sounds logic.
I will try go through you out of here.
Of course not.
Hold on. Actually, Eowyn, can you help out? And I'm gonna pull the cigars out of my backpack and hand them out.
As soon as you pull the cigars out of your backpack, 4 women come over and approach you.
Wow. Well, hello.
They
We brought the 4 though. I'm sorry, I don't have any more cigars.
They look at you. Oh dear, let's go. And they're going to try to take you with your 4 cigars off to the VIP room where you are being escorted by the gentleman.
Oh,
I'm gonna
nice.
cover Twilight's eyes. And
You-
Ramos.
Ramos doesn't let you cover his eyes. Does
You are
Twilight?
both married men. You should not be looking at our woman.
I'm not married yet. Ramos smiles.
That is not an excuse, you unfaithful little.
I'm not unfaithful at all.
You are unfaithful.
How so?
And you're also not a good pick for Ismarn. You never were in the first place.
Ooh. He looks at you. I'm sorry. Explain.
You were hideous. Clearly you are unfaithful. You have been still secret about your achievements and what you've been doing. You haven't told us anything. Her friends, who are worried about her and want to know you're actually a good pick and won't hurt her in private because it's some piquet you're putting on.
What would you like to know?
Everything about you, down to the smallest detail.
Very
That
well.
sounds like perfect conversation for the VIP area. Let's get there.
let's go.
Flowing.
As Kiki is being escorted by 4 women, each of whom have taken these cigars from him.
Oh,
Oh, they took the 4 from him?
Yes.
even though I was handing them out to the
Oh,
guys?
they're going to take them from, because those aren't intended for men.
Oh.
Character explaining to Kiki, it sounds like Dad's a frequent visitor to the Mirage.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Why exactly did he have that
Not
line?
exactly. But Bill Clinton might have been.
Wow. Anyway, VIP area.
Is this full of interns? Are we full of interns?
Damn.
Throw pillows for the floor.
Many throw pillows, yes. So, as you are escorted to the VIP lounge, the gentleman who walks with you. If you need anything, gentlemen, my name is Pearl, and I am the proprietor of the establishment.
King
Oh, your name's Pearl?
Of course. Yes. Is there anything that I can do for you before I go and deal with other esteemed clients?
Absolutely. We need a bottle of bubbly or two and a couple of ocean water surprise.
I will have the ocean water surprises delivered, but the bottles of bubbly are there in the cooler. And you look over, and there's a waterfall that is actively cooling the bottles.
That's amazing.
He smiles at you. Please, enjoy the festivities. I will be back here in 2 hours and 50 minutes. And he will head off.
Kiki, who are your friends there?
Well, apparently they like the cigars, so I don't know what to say. But like they're coming with us. Hey, ladies, Romo's here. He's getting married. So this is his bachelor party.
They look at you. What's a bachelor
And Twilight
party?
is also married.
It's like the last night before you get married. You go out and you have a good time, and you meet some nice ladies like you, and we party a little bit.
Oh, we like to party. You're not married, are you?
I'm not. I am free and single.
Excellent. And they're going to fawn all over you. Aelin, they look at you. Is he married too?
He's not married. I don't think so. Aylin, you're not hiding a marriage, are you?
I'm not interested.
They look at you sadly. You don't think we're pretty?
Oh my god. Okay, I think you're all very pretty. You're very beautiful in your own ways, but I'm not interested. I am here to babysit these three so they don't get themselves killed and to talk with this one who is soon to be married. Who I don't trust at all.
Oh, so you're security. Never mind. And they'll give you the cold shoulder. Just all of a sudden, they've lost complete interest in Aowen completely. And they're just going to absolutely treat Kiki to the best night of his entire life.
I'm gonna treat them to the best night of their lives.
Very
I'm
true.
Do a soft shoe right now.
Doing a soft shoe, okay?
Yeah.
Please roll this
Stand back,
performance check.
ladies. Stand back. Now watch. Yeah, and I'm gonna start dancing.
Okay. The performance comes in as a...
Hurry, hold on. A 6.
A 6.
That checked.
Oh,
Yeah,
been in
that
jail all
totally
night.
checks.
yeah.
That totally
It hasn't come through on roll 20 yet, but with a 6, you're going to trip over your feet and they're going to take you down. And your soft shoe turns into more.
Kiki, you need to loosen up a little bit. Here, drink this bubbly from the fountain.
Oh, that's a good idea. God, I don't know what I'm too left feet tonight.
The girls will take the bottle and share it with Kiki.
Ladies, as much as interesting as Kiki is, the prime individual for this evening is Rolmos.
It's also going to be married soon, so he shouldn't be here in the first place.
Rolmos has sat down and is looking very seriously at Eowyn. Please, sir, ask your questions.
Only after you finish your first drink, and he hands a drink to both Rolmos and Eowyn.
No drinks.
Rolmos is going to take the drink and put it on the table. I believe there's a serious discussion to be had. What would you like to know, Eowyn? I will answer any question you have.
Do you even know Islauren?
I know Islauren quite well. Yes,
Do you?
I do.
Do you know if this is what she actually wants? Or maybe it's just her sucking up to her parents.
I asked her specifically that question.
She's not going to tell you. I don't think she's going to tell anyone what she actually wants. And maybe instead she feels like she doesn't have a choice.
What would you have me do then?
I want you to call off the marriage with her.
Why? Because you believe against her word and against the observations of everyone else that you are right.
Don't believe I'm right. I just want the best for her.
As do I.
I don't think so.
How can I prove it to you?
Well, Good Star will be leaving this place.
Very well. Gentlemen, ladies, if you'll excuse both Eowyn and myself.
Oh, all right.
He's going to stand up, nod to Eowyn. After you, sir.
I prefer you go first.
Very well. As he is going to leave this establishment with you and head out to the front of the place.
While I gives Eowyn the stink eye before following.
And we're going to leave Kiki there, I assume. Because we established that Kiki's going to provide the best night of these women's lives, and that has not yet happened.
Well, I guess it's more of, does Kiki notice?
Does Kiki notice?
I don't know. Let's do a perception check.
With disadvantage, because there are 4 girls feeding you a bottle of bubbly on the floor.
Nothing is coming through anymore. It was before.
Okay.
Let me look at the game log.
That came across as a 16 to me, but it's not showing up in Roll20.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing up in Roll20. You may need to refresh Roll20 and D&D Beyond.
Yeah, that might be. But 16, it looks like.
Okay,
With
so
this-
16, you can easily see them coming out. Would you leave, or are you going to stay here with the ladies and give them the promised best night of their lives?
I don't know. I mean, I think we're good right now, right? We're gonna wait for Pearl to come and get us. You're not going anywhere, are you, Twilight?
Chi-Chi, we're leaving.
You leaving? You leaving the place? Or you leaving? Like, are you just going to talk?
We're leaving the place.
Fine. All right, ladies.
Oh,
I know. Take the cigars. They're yours. I gotta go. I gotta stay with my friends.
but Kiki, your beak. And she's going to pet down your beak. I wanted to find out how much of a pecker you were.
Oh,
Eowyn grabs Chi-Chi's arm and drags him with.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you ladies later, though.
The
but I
4
might be doing
women
another-
look like the beautiful sirens longing after you as you leave, holding those 4 teal cigars. They begin sharing the cigars as you guys walk out of the establishment. Sir Eowyn, we have left the establishment. I will now answer your questions.
Twilight
Seriously,
raises
how
an
well do
eyebrow at
you
Aelin.
Go ahead,
how
anyone?
well do you know her?
I've known Islarin Shonazath
Never-
for years.
Do you well her know enough to actually know this is what she wants?
I believe that
Like,
Islarin...
if it's not just
Go ahead.
if it's not just sucking up to your parents, succumbing to the peer pressure of everybody in that ballroom when you first proposed.
I do not believe so, because I did ask her prior to proposal whether she would like me to or not. I did so in private to ensure that she had the option to turn me down. Islarin, I do believe, intends to go through the wedding of her own accord. If she did not, I would not push the issue. I believe that Islarin's well-being is both paramount and exceedingly important to me and to the Protectorate as a whole. I believe her parents want what is best for her, especially her father. As a military person, I do see the political value of a marriage to Islarin. That much is obvious and cannot be denied. It would be lying to say that this would not benefit me politically. However, that is not the only reason why I wish to marry Islarin. Islarin is beautiful. She is intelligent. She is kind, considerate, protective of the weak. All things that I seek in a woman to marry me. Would you not, if you were to find the best woman on Toivoa, would you not seek her out? I admit readily that as an orphan and a self-made man within the military, I don't deserve to marry Islarin Shonazath. She is far above my station. She is a better person than I could ever hope to be. But she is the person to which I would die for, and that I would seek to reach as a achievement in my personal goals. I wish to be as good as Islarin is.
Is there any love in this relationship? Like, do you actually have feelings for her, at least a little bit, instead of seeing it as an achievement?
Of course. I believe that my willingness to do anything for Islarin, even lay down my life for her, in order to ensure her happiness, safety, and prosperity, her security, to ensure that she is provided for, regardless of her beauty or her station. May the Protectorate burn in 1,000 hells, and I will remain true to Islarin.
Twilight, do you know how many more hours to the wedding?
Repeat that, please.
Twilight, do you know how many more hours to the wedding?
How many more hours to the wedding, Twilight?
Well, we were supposed to spend 3 hours here. Then we were supposed to have a 1-hour massage. And then we still had 2 hours remaining before the wedding thereafter. Since we quickly vacated the VIP section of this lovely establishment, we still have 2 hours and 30 minutes of this particular venue before the 1 hour and plus the 2 hours. So we still have like 6 hours prior to the wedding.
Awen, I asked Twilight to plan this festivity out of deference for the Drylanders, yourself, Kiki, and Twilight himself, as a custom in order to get to know you, to become friends with the friends of Islarin. This was my effort to become closer to you. These are the plans that Twilight has made, and I will admit that I am surprised by the choice of venues and choices of activities. I would have never thought that going floating would have been an enjoyable activity for Drylanders. Obviously, this establishment is not one that I have ever been to before. But Twilight apparently has done some research and sought to ensure that I was certain I wished to marry Islarin by presenting me with a variety of eye candy, I believe, as options. I believe that this is Twilight's testing of my character by bringing me here.
Well,
Is
it's an
that
awful test.
how so?
Married soon is unfaithful to look at another woman, especially woman in those type of clothings.
The standard clothing for leisure wear within the Protectorate. The people within are not in a... Do you believe that the women within are women of the night, prostitutes?
It doesn't matter if I believe it. We're not going back in there. I'll let you guys do other activities, and then I want to talk to you again for the wedding.
I am sorry for that, Eowyn. I would have liked the opportunity to have been your friend. And I am open to friendship in the future should you change your mind.
We'll have to see about that.
Indeed. May I at least shake your hand out of respect?
No.
Sir, I acknowledge your reticence and your sense of protection of Islarin. She is lucky to have such a man in her life. Should you choose to propose to her, I would happily duel you for her hand.
This isn't to propose to her. I have no romantic feelings for her.
I
It's
do not
one
believe
friend
that,
protecting another.
sir.
Aelin, what about that conversation you had with her father?
I do not believe that
It's
you do
one-
not have romantic feelings for Islarin for this reason and this reason alone, sir. You do not believe that anyone else is worthy of her. Show me another man, and I will prove myself upon his body that I deserve the opportunity for Islarin to choose me.
What makes you think you deserve it?
I deserve the right for her to choose me. Do I deserve her? No. But do I have the right for her to choose me? Indeed. I believe that I am the right man for Islarin, and I will fight for her.
You guys can continue your day. I want to talk to you after the wedding. No, before.
Very well. He will click his heels. Mr. Twilight, I ask, in light of the situation as it has developed, how would you like to proceed? It is obvious that Eowyn does not appreciate my presence here, as they view it as me being unfaithful to the hope of Islarin. I am willing to participate in the festivities and prove myself against your test.
Well, if this particular establishment is no longer on the table, we still have 2.5 hours before our massage to help relax and abate fears of this evening. Is there a local watering hole or cigar bar or some other type of establishment that you may or may not be either familiar with or heard of that we can utilize to bypass the next 2.5 hours?
I do not believe that. Oh, you believed that those were cigars.
Well, Kiki said those were cigars.
Those were high potency aphrodisiacs.
Oh. Sort of the opposite of cigars.
I do not believe that we should be participating in such activities in light of Eowyn's reservations.
Is Kiki crestfallen about the potential opportunities?
Yes. Kiki is now a little. You see his feathers are sagging a bit.
Is Kiki going to try to get back inside?
No, he knows
No.
he's got to stay with his friends.
Lost it.
Moral dilemmas.
Damn. Chose his friends over 4.
4 of them.
4 athletic dancers of the sea.
Does he hear the sirens call from out here?
Should we refer to it as water sports?
Wow.
Thank you, Ayla.
Wow.
That's
I think Kiki is he's gonna opt to stay with his friends, but he's definitely gonna put some of those green cigars on his shopping list for when he gets back to the mansion.
So, is there a wine cigar bar or a whiskey bar or cigar bar around this particular location?
There is a establishment where we can partake in beverages, should you choose to. I will, of course, abstain.
The purpose is to alleviate apprehension, loosen of the tongue, and to share exploits, opportunities, activities, and accomplishments to relish in what has brought you to this point.
Well, suppose that sort of information is best served speaking here. After all, no one else will be here to listen. Here we sit, here on a bench.
Yes, but Twilight will actually pay attention to the shadows of the area to see if there's anything in the area.
Okay. You look for the stuff in the shadows. Roll a perception check. So, with a 15, you look into the shadows, and no, you don't see anything out of the ordinary at the moment.
All right. Since we are not applying advice or liquid courage to our tongues, and we're here on this bench outside the Siren's Delights, as Kiki almost partook upon. What brought you to the point of your military prowess and expertise? Surely this was built upon a foundation of accomplishments, achievements, and demonstrations of prowess.
You wish for demonstrations of prowess?
No, I'm wishing for the tales of demonstrations of prowess.
Well, you wish for me to brag.
No, bragging is a exaggeration of half-truths and tales that turn men into myths. I'm looking for the fact those that which actually happened because of decision-making processes, intellect, and capability.
Well, from what age?
Ensign.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. So pulling him up here. So, from ensign, it's a long time. But I participated in a fleet maneuvers where we engaged with several crystalline entities in the western seas. You would not be familiar with them, of course, but they were manifesting upon crystal vessels made of glass, attempting to trade with the Hekimotu. We brokered a peace deal, leaving without conflict. I myself was sent aboard one of the crystalline vessels, where it was found that the people were actively smuggling extra things off of the Hekimotu into their own vessels. After confrontation, I managed to disable the captain and take the vessel in. It still resides here in the Protectorate, here at the Night Spire, being studied for its unique design. Having sailed it far from here, it took 5 days to travel with an unfamiliar ship across high seas in the middle of a typhoon. As I grew older, we had more military excursions. One was beneath the waves at a sunken kingdom. We found that there was a series of mermaids that had formed an uprising. We had to quell it, and unfortunately several died. But we saved the establishment from a variety of large monsters, not the least of which being a sand elemental that's threatened to smother the entire village beneath the sands.
Dealt with a similar sand elemental. They're quite susceptible to a good joke.
I've also been declared Master of the Tempest, as I led a group of storm sorcerers to protect the Night Spire against an amazingly strong hurricane that was threatening the people of the Protectorate. The wards around the Night Spire are a result of our cooperative efforts. My team is responsible for the wards, and I administer that team. Still to this day, they report to me, and the mist cloud that protects the Night Spire from view also is a result of my team. We have closed several portals from the abyss that have appeared, as we have squashed the activities of various warlocks within the Night Spire. These are fairly recent activities, and we are seeking to understand why these warlocks are attempting to summon fiends into the Night Spire itself. Fortunately, we managed to dispatch the ones that made it into the Night Spire with fairly low levels of loss.
Just fiends, no elements of the Fey realms bleeding over.
How did you know about that?
It's something that's not just within the Protectorate. Across Toivoa, and we've encountered some in Australia as well.
Well, since you know that, you must be briefed by the tribunal. This is classified information, and I cannot discuss it.
Understand. A discussion for tomorrow, then, perhaps after the inevitable.
No. This is important. We should go to the tribunal now. And he will stand up. Eowyn, in light of the scene at the moment, I believe we need to report to the tribunal regarding your knowledge of portals to the Fey realms.
I will not articulate myself as a subject matter expertise. That would be my wife.
Indeed. Then there is more going on than has been revealed.
I
Hey,
don't
don't look at me like that, Eowyn. You're the one that disrupted the agenda for this evening.
Oh, is this my fault?
Absolutely.
My fault you're giving out information we're supposed to keep to ourselves that we weren't supposed to give out yet.
Was half of our purpose of coming to the Protectorate, was it not? But he does look at Romos and says the other half was because Sloran wanted to return of her own fruition and accord.
Very well. Did you pay the establishment proprietor?
I had advance paid to secure the venue for the duration.
A proprietor of this type of establishment usually gets paid a tip after the presence. Considering we have imbibed in some of their services and products, I believe re-entry and compensation would allow him to keep his mouth shut. Not about our presence, but rather, and to forgive me to being insensitive, Lord Twilight, your presence.
Of course.
He will knock on the door, and Pearl will come out. Yes, gentlemen. Sir, the Protectorate demands that you keep the presence of these individuals classified for the time being. 7 days should do, sir. Your discretion is most appreciated, and we will ensure that your establishment is overlooked upon the next inspection. Pearl will click his heels together, nod, raise an eyebrow, but of course, sir. It will go towards the door. As he does so, I'm sorry, who came in? Romo smiles, turns, and walks away. As does the proprietor.
Well, as the evening's agenda is no longer of merit, I shall follow your lead.
We should return to the Shonozeth household quickly.
And I wave the floating barge over to provide the transportation.
Very well. Cool. So, you guys will travel back to, I guess, the Shonozeth household. As you guys arrive, Romos will come inside, past the guards. If you wouldn't mind retrieving your wife and Lady Shonozeth, along with, I'm sorry, is Lady Taylor aware of the situation as well?
Yes.
Then she should come with as well. We have to report to the tribunal immediately.
I would offer at least one stay behind to offer assistance to your future bride.
She should come with if she is aware.
There are certain things that you do not disrupt, and a lady preparing for her wedding is one of them.
He scowls at you. Do you understand the gravity of what you have stated?
Absolutely. And you yourself have conversed about what it means to the Protectorate and the potentials of what tonight means for the future of the realm. Do you wish to disrupt that or cause further injury to the scar?
He sighs. Roll your persuasion check, sir. With a... Do you have advantage on that one?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, so with a 16, he looks at you. Very well. I only hope that delaying will not cause further incursions. We will not disrupt the wedding. However, I must insist that you and I stay within sight of each other at all times until the wedding, Lord Twilight.
Of course, but it is in bad form for a groom to see the bride before the wedding.
Why?
Cultures, customs, or beliefs say that it disrupts the hands of fate for the bonded.
I will abide by your customs, as strange as they are. That is not the custom here. However, out of deference for yourself, I will not persist.
So if you're down the hall and don't have the opportunity to peer through the door, you can still maintain visual contact on my person.
Very well.
And I will walk down to the bridal suite and I will knock on the door.
Knock, knock, knock.
I'll get it, Lauren. Don't hide, girl. You never know. Could be him. It runs to the door. What is it?
If only you guys had this thing that every bridal apartment should have called a Soji screen. It's great, and no one ever includes them. But you absolutely should have one in a bridal suite.
Oh, totally. Ugh.
It's me, of course.
Of course it is.
Sure. She recognizes his voice, and she's be right back, and she slips out the door and closes the door behind her
Covet.
and stands in front of it.
Twilight does not smell like alcohol at all. Covet seems dead sober and serious.
She looks left, she looks right.
You can see Rolmos down the hall, standing at attention.
She sighs. And she looks at Twilight, and she raises an eyebrow.
Hello, beautiful.
Oh, Isa.
The words you didn't want to hear.
No.
So, quick detour for change of plans for this evening. Find Ayla, allow her to assist with Islaren. But we are going with Romos to have a conversation with the Protectorate Tribunal.
Excuse me?
What?
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
What did you say? Word for word.
He talked about portals into the Protectorate area, and I asked if one of those were Fey incursions.
She looks at Rolmos. And she sighs, and she's like, she nods, and puts up one finger for 1 minute, And she goes inside.
Wait, before you go inside, I convinced Romos to not alter the plan for the wedding at midnight tonight, so Slaren doesn't have to come with us. He originally wanted her to come, but I told him out of it. I was very extremely persuasive. And I also informed him that at least somebody needed to stay behind to assist her with all the wedding preparations and all the things. And I volunteered Ayla, but I told him that you were the subject matter expertise because, well, I am not.
Covet stands there staring at him because she knows Ramos is right there. She internally her mouth is opening and closing. She's kind of speechless, but her entire body, projects air of calm. She knows what she needs to do. And she looks at Twilight and says, I have to change.
Oh no, you're absolutely beautiful and radiant.
Yeah. Thank you, darling. I need to not be in my bridesmaid dress, I'm assuming. So I need to move. Thanks. So she goes back into the room, closes the door quickly, and is Ayla in there, or did she leave?
She left at one point. Did she come back in the past hour?
Not that I know of.
Okay. So if she did not return, what is Ayla up to?
Ayla's in her room washing her hair.
Okay. That's 100% valid.
That is
Totally makes sense.
For the record, Ayla, there are all sorts of hair products in there. Shampoos, conditioners, scented oils, etc.
Is there
no
exfoliation in there?
No exfoliants.
No exfoliants.
But there is a seaweed wrap.
There's seaweed wraps, absolutely. And the water is distilled, so it's absolutely gorgeous for your hair. Because they don't have seawater for your hair. They're going to do it upright.
Yeah.
So, since because Covet thought that Ayla was in the room. Since she's not, she sticks her head back out the door and says, find Ayla and bring her here. I'm gonna have to fill in as Lauren.
All right.
Closes the door.
Roll
We've had a little snag.
an insight check, Slaren. Little snag. Yep. Roll your deception check, Covet. To keep the bride calm. All right, little snag.
Wow.
Best maid of honor ever.
Right.
Damn right.
Liar.
What did you say? You broke it?
Liar.
I've been maid of honor a couple of times.
I love the fact that liar and maid of honor is where we went with that. That's like equals. Go ahead.
Yep, you lie.
So
all day long.
there's been a snag, Islaren.
But it's okay.
What nature?
Of a nature that of utmost importance that I can handle just by myself. Ayla's gonna come in here and finish helping you. I just gotta go handle that real quick, and I'll be back as soon as I can. I don't want anybody seeing me in my dress. Don't want to ruin the aesthetic. So I am gonna change into my gray velvet dress that I've got over here. Okay?
You do not require my permission to do that.
I know. Just trying to keep you calm. And she changes really quick and says, "Have fun. I'll be back. Might have a little blood on my hands, but we'll be fine."
The what?
And then she closes the door.
Islaren, you've been left alone.
What?
What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? Islaren, you've been left alone.
She'll mutter to herself.
Or-
Told me that Twilight didn't get himself arrested.
Sold it.
All right. So you come out of the room dressed in your gray velvet dress.
Yeah, the one
Twilight.
before the lunch.
Twilight.
When we first...
You missed the opportunity to see your change.
Yeah, it's absolutely disappointing, slightly heartbroken, and we'll have to rectify that situation later.
Yep.
Ayla.
I'm looking for Ayla.
To be in her room.
I will go and knock on Ayla's room.
I come with him, but she's frustrated now.
Okay. As a frustrated covet goes across towards Ayla's room. Ayla,
Yes.
Ayla, I need you to assist Islaren in getting ready for the wedding tonight.
Well, of course, but what?
Okay, thank you.
I'll stick my head in the door and be like, I need you, like, now. And everything's fine. Everything's fine. Fine. Look at me. Look at me. Her eyes go big. She smiles. Everything's fine.
I hate that kind of fine.
I know. I don't like it either, but everything's fine. Don't let Lauren know
Okay.
anything else. Everything's fine.
Got it. Got it. Got it. I got it. All right, so Ayla's going to grab a towel and wrap it around her head and scurry down the hall to Islaren's room.
all right. So you go to Islaren's room. She's not in her bedroom at the moment.
Uh-oh.
In the dressing chamber. Remember? The other room. She points down the
Yeah,
hall.
okay. I'm going.
For those of you who have never been in the back end of a wedding, this is so legit.
I know. If everything's okay, why are you so uptight?
Have you met me? Seriously, everything's fine.
Okay, so I'm
There's a
going into
disturbance in
the
this
dressing
Twilight.
chamber. There's a disturbance in the force.
Oh, man. So,
And so before he comes around the corner to see Romos, after all the screeching and hollering, she takes a second to breathe.
he
And
looks at
by the
you.
way,
Everything is not fine.
But Lauren doesn't know that. Now does she?
She should know.
And she smiles. She smiles really big. Not right now, she shouldn't.
Oh, and talk to Ayla. And evidently, he decided to stand up against Romos and challenge him for Islaren's hand, but didn't want a duel and all sorts of other. Yeah.
Oh, a bride's maid of honor is work is never done. Ugh. Okay, fine. Everything's fine.
Sir
I'm taking a
Eowyn,
page.
do you believe we should notify Islaren of the situation?
I don't believe so.
Strange.
Are
Very
you
well.
going to keep secrets from Islaren?
You hush. All right, we have a tribunal to get to, apparently.
Indeed. Let's depart. We should go to the Great Hall of the Night Spire.
One moment, she rushes over across the hall, and she sticks her head in the room and goes, "Urgle, where are you?"
What?
Need you to
He
keep
comes
an eye
out from above the canopy of the bed in there.
I was wondering where you put your nest. Okay, that makes sense.
Nest! I was finding the roaches.
Dinner.
They're water bugs.
Yep, got her. Okay,
No.
moving
Does
on.
that make them bad bugs?
I only did it one time. That's all I'm doing
Yep,
it.
that's enough. Thanks.
Yeah.
Back in character. Okay. Ergel,
Yeah.
we're not back by 11. We might need Lauren over at the tribunal.
I mean, if we're heading to the tribunal and the wedding's at the tribunal, should we take our clothes that we need for the wedding to the tribunal?
Theoretically, yes, but I don't know.
So we're coming back first.
Theoretically. Hopefully. Let's pray. Gail, help us. Okay. If we're not back by 11, if Lauren's gonna need to know what's going on. Tell her we're at the tribunal. Okay?
Right.
Thanks. You're a good friend.
Uh-huh. You mean slave and minion.
Maybe
That
a little
too.
bit, but you're cute. So. Alright, yeah.
Yeah, but we need
I'm
to
glad
go.
I'm cute. I heard what happened to the last slave and minion you had.
Still haven't. Trying to fix
Love it. We need to go.
I'll see you later. Bye. She closes the door.
Okay.
That took forever. We're trying to get to the tribunal and get back in time.
All right.
She just looks at me incredulously and starts walking towards the door.
All right. Outside, there's a bachelor pad limo, like bachelor party limo, waiting for you.
Floating barge. We've got it for the next 3 hours.
She just kind of stares at it. And says, well, that's
It's the equivalent of a party bus.
might as well get our money's worth. And she
So embarrassing.
Did you want this? It's called Seawater Breeze.
No.
You guys are moving along.
Oh God.
It's the equivalent of Zima.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I want to roll an unarmed strike towards smacking Twilight in the back of the head.
Absolutely. Your unarmed strike, please. You missed.
misses.
Unfortunately, you missed him. He's prepared for you to slap him because he's kind of gotten used to it.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right.
And I don't have near enough alcohol in my system.
Yet.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys will make your way to the Nightspire Great Hall.
This is an amazing venue. I can see why y'all wanted to have the wedding here.
Romos is going to speak up. Indeed. However, it's not what we would be doing here later this evening, but rather it's time for you to speak to the tribunal. Please be cautious what you say, because all conversations with the tribunal are considered official.
Understood.
So, are you prepared? Because this will be a trying time.
And it always, right?
He nods. Indeed. I do trust that you are prepared politically for such an event. After all, you're friends with this Lauren.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I don't exactly trust. I haven't trusted anyone since we got here, so can I mainly just stand guard?
Sure. You can absolutely stand guard.
This Lauren, your excuse me. Aylwin, your testimony is going to be vital of importance for the duration of what we're trying to convey here to the tribunal of the Protectorate.
Right. And I'm going to take 90 seconds real quick because this is going to be an intense section of RP. So I'll be right back. You guys discuss your preparations for going into the tribunal. Be right back.
So we're doing a frontal approach, or are we doing an envelopment from the left?
What do you think? I mean, what are our goals at the tribunal? Do you think we're gonna? I mean, are we hoping that through this we're going to get the protectorate to help us with closing these portals?
Yes.
Potentially, that's the goal.
Potentially.
Because it is not just an issue here; it's an issue everywhere, and that includes even if it's here in the protectorate, that means that their interests outside, and I'm talking like trade, all the things, that will be in jeopardy too.
It's contrary to the protectorate's isolationist ideals, and so it's a whole of realm issue, not just a protectorate issue. And so it's making sure that that is understood, and to help build partnerships and capabilities and interactions, not just within the protectorate, but across the various realms, so that the material plane can remove the Fey realm's influence.
And hopefully get the backing that we need to help influence Shadow Court and the rebalancing of the Fey realms.
I think they're going to need they're going to want us to tell them exactly what we want from them. So I'm just wondering if we have, I mean, I think getting their backing is good, but is there a specific like assault that we want their help with, or do we want troops?
We don't know the level of influx into the protectorate. We only know what we have seen in Australia and what we have heard about the other lands within Toivoa. And so it's making sure that they contribute their fair share, for lack of a better term, in this whole of Toivoa problem, not just a protectorate problem, not just a Nausea problem or whatever else, but it's across the entire material plane.
What if they don't want to help, though?
That's part of the issue that we're dealing with, and that's kind of the reason why Aslaren is doing what she's doing, to serve as that ambassador and engagement in the face of the protectorate, which is kind of the reason why she's marrying Romos in this process.
She gets more if she marries Rolmos through this whole situation. She will get the clout, the influence necessary to help put the protectorate where we want them to be.
I'm sure we can do it without her having to marry anyone.
That's the thing. Rolmos is the face of the military. And you have the military and the political, which is Islaren, marry. It's a joining. It's an arrangement. It's very much an arranged marriage.
It's removing the threat or the current civil war within the protectorate by her marrying Romos.
And it's been done like this in real life for millennia, unfortunately. But the way that this culture is, it's very much the same. So
different cultures have different value systems, different priorities, different ways of doing business, different social norms than what some other cultures may or may not have. And so it's understanding what they value and their decision support cycles.
And technically, historically, in real life, in the last couple of 100 years, it's only been, in our history, it's only been in the last couple of 100 years that we women have had a choice.
Marriage for love, vice, alliance, and or capability or progression of societal norms.
Yeah, and frankly, it's only here in the U.S. that's the case. In other cultures, it's still not the case.
Very much so. So in the U.S., we're very free thinking in this regard. Ish. But in other cultures, not so much. So unfortunately, with this culture, this is just something that we have to respect because that is their way. She still has a choice given to her by her father, but it's
by Romos.
And by Romos, yes. But it's still, it's it's still an arranged marriage, a contract.
Which is actually still common today.
Very much so, even in the
Very
States.
So, out of character complete.
Okay.
Insert scene.
So, Ramos is going to nod. Are you prepared?
I think as ready as we can be.
Very well. And he's going to step to the side a little bit. And he will motion to one of the guards, who will go up to the far end and will announce the Tribunal of the Protectorate. And the first figure that will come out is a man approximately 5'11", weighing in at 160 pounds. Kellum Rayrek. And I will put his name in chat for you here. Rayrek. He nods curtly at the established people. Ramos, I trust that this is serious. I was engaged in a game of cribbage.
Fine game indeed.
The next person to come out is a woman. She's slightly shorter, and she's 5'5", and quite pretty with long white hair, dressed in armor.
Hey, isn't she almost as tall as Confet?
I'm shorter.
She's
5
taller than
inches taller.
Yep.
I'm 5 foot tall, but let me tell you, I might be tiny, but I be mighty.
Yep. Especially in a lawn. Where you wear a little red hat, right?
Somebody's got to scare away the evil demons.
Right? This is Shalhira Jahorn. She will nod. It's always a pleasure to have emissaries from other cultures. Welcome to the Protectorate. And then lastly, the third member of the tribunal, standing in at 6 feet tall, Raulnor Kiroi. I'll put his name in chat for you. He's also dressed in a full suit of armor, and it appears that both he and Shalhira were just sparring. How can we help you? As they will stand behind a tall podium. No chairs. There are no chairs in this entire venue.
So, Twilight and Covet and the rest of the party will give a offer of deference to the tribunal before they address. Ladies and gentlemen of the tribunal, during the recent afternoon activities and conversations with Ramos Maniga, I think I pronounced that name correctly on that one. Maniga,
He nods.
yes. It came to our attention that y'all suffer from the same blights and afflictions that we have encountered across Toivoa, namely through our travels through Australia. And he determined that it be brought to your attention at the utmost importance, even prior to the execution of his wedding later this evening.
Speak plainly. What are you talking about?
During the course of our travels through Australia, we encountered multiple occurrences of agents opening portals from the Fey realms to present incursions and bleed over into the material plane. trying to create either a merger or an influence that disrupts the natural balance of the various realms.
We are aware of these. What do you know of them, and how can we stop them?
We know them. We know of them as he has stated before in our travels. We've actually we know how to close them too. Unfortunately, it cannot be from this side. It has to be done from the Frey realms. Unfortunately, we also know who is causing this. And the goal is to get there, to the Fey realms, to stop them. But right now, we do not have that ability. We do not have the strength to go forward and be able to do so.
How can we be of assistance?
It is necessary for the combined might of the material plane to combat against any incursions that these portals present, as well as unify efforts to ensure that future occurrences are minimized and closed. One of the purposes of our travels to the Protectorate is to assist with the engagements with the Shadow Queen, as her ability to assist us with the closing of activities on the Fey realms is paramount to prevention of future bleed over.
You believe the Lady of Shadows is the one who could possibly assist with this, and you seek to
No.
form an alliance with her?
No, that incorrect. She is our way of getting to the Fey realms.
They look at each other. Well, if you simply wish to go, we can provide a way. It's not difficult. But what is it that would benefit us if you left? We want to ensure that things are protecting the Protectorate itself, for our duty is to the Protectorate and not to the Fey realms.
We understand. Right now, the portals cause issues for trade, do they not?
Some, but we want to ensure that we understand that sending you to the Fey realms will not cause further disruption. How do we know that you are actively working towards our benefit? Perhaps the portals disrupting trade for other countries could prove to our benefit. After all, disruption in the political scene could be seen as a power play.
Certainly, it could be. However, we know who is actually causing all of these. And well, frankly, they must be stopped. For the power that they have
Who
not
is
for our
causing
benefit.
these issues? Why do you speak in generalities instead of stating facts?
Because she looks at Twilight for permission.
Twilight nods.
Because my husband is the heir of Shantara Grove. He is.
She
the
gasps.
one. His role was stolen from him. His power was stolen. The political area, the whole political balance is not there. And just like what MKL would prefer, MKL prefers balance. There is no balance. That is all we want to do, is to return balance.
strange that the heir to the Shantara Grove wishes balance, when what we know of the Shantara Grove is that it is a place of evil and darkness. Would you bring evil and darkness to the Protectorate?
Because of the current occupants of the Shantara Grove, you have the evil and darkness that is currently bleeding through the shadows. By my restoration, it closes that bleed over.
So you would seal the portals between the Fey realms and the material plane from the Shantara Grove, thus diminishing the power that you could possibly wield. That doesn't make political sense.
It is what is right. What is right doesn't always make. Not agree.
The way it is unnatural. The way it is currently is chaos. The way it is creates disruption and the prevention of what MKL has directed as a natural order progression of life and death. Bringing back to
We
that
don't
which
care
is
about the gods here. MKL be damned.
You
What-
asked for my motivations and justifications, and I have provided that. Regardless of that,
What of Shalom?
We don't know this Shalom.
Oh, they're from. Sorry.
The balance that you speak of regarding the political parties, we are dubious about your willingness to diminish the political influence and power base of your own establishment simply for what is right. After all, this is our first meeting with you, sir. And it takes more time to learn to trust one than simply accepting one's word that they would actively deny themselves political and physical power simply because of morality. This is true. After all, it's not often that we have people from the Fey realms return to the material plane claiming that they wish to make a deal with us in order to diminish their power. The Fey are well known to seek power wherever it can be found.
my role, despite your lack of acknowledgement of the gods, drives my obligation as it was MKL that saved me from the current occupants of Shantara Grove as it currently bleeds over from the Fey realms to the shadows. I wish to repay that service, benefit, debt that was provided to me by my deity despite your objections. But I also acknowledge that which bleeds over should be locked in and preserved and contained that within the realm with which it belongs. That is
To be
my
clear,
obligation.
no one has
That is my duty.
objected. We simply stated that we don't care about your motivations as far as the gods go. What we care about is facts and reason. We wish to understand the motivations and ensure that things go as planned. After all, if we don't understand that, then the Protectorate will not act to assist you. We wish to understand why you believe that it is right for you to diminish the power of your own political force, as it is seen as a negative within our culture to diminish the power of the Protectorate.
With the portals opening, the more portals open, the more the Fey realms bleed into this world. With that, the Fey realms become more powerful, which will cause problems for the Protectorate in the long run. You will become weaker. And that's not what you want. That's not what we want. So by closing all of these portals and keeping them closed and keeping all the power that is Shantara Grove in Shantara Grove, you will still remain strong. We may lose some of our power. However, the protectorate will still remain strong.
But its benefit to me, as that's what you're trying to understand, is that it puts me back in charge of my birthright. And so a minor sacrifice of the current gains of the current occupier is more beneficial to me to put me back where I belong and removing the threat and the influence and the incursions that are currently occurring across the material plane.
So this is a selfish goal. You seek to reclaim that which you believe is owed to you, that which you believe you own and you deserve. In order to do so, you're willing to diminish it in order to be able to control it. Is that what you were saying? Of course, that's what he's saying. If he wasn't saying that, then he would simply be denying the truth.
And all you asked for was the truth.
A means to a justified end, as long as it achieves the end state, is worthy, valued, and truth.
Truth is subjective. Facts are the truth. Do you understand that we do not wish to know your truth, but rather the only truth? That is what we are seeking here.
Truth is that through the shadows, the current occupier of Chantara Grove is imparting and afflicting death and destruction through the shadows. You wish to mitigate or marginalize this current. I provide a potential opportunity to mitigate, close, or otherwise remove said influence. Motivations otherwise, to you, I assume, are irrelevant. I'm providing an alternative course of action to the current status quo.
Not to all of us. Your motivations are to be considered carefully and understood. You understand there's a reason why we are a tribunal instead of a single ruler. We consider various aspects of each discussion in order to ensure that the appropriate actions are taken. We are selected by the populace and by the military in order to ensure the representation of the populace and military are represented. We wish for the success of the protectorate. Your motivations may be valid, or they may not. That will be up to us to determine. You will have to excuse us in a few moments to allow us to deliberate upon your case. I believe you will find that to be acceptable, would you not? Of course they'd find it acceptable, because otherwise they would have their case lost instantly. They have no choice but to agree.
We will defer to your wisdom.
Why did you come to the Protectorate in the first place?
Miss Lauren wanted to return on her own accord. We were coming with her in support.
And where is she now?
She is currently in her home, preparing for her wedding. We're almost.
I understand that you wanted to have the wedding here.
Covet looks at Ramos.
He nods at you.
Okay. That was not a decision that I made, but it is one that
You're the one who said it. Hello, Muck. Hello, Foot.
It was Ramos that stated that it was Ramos and the bride that had made that choice.
We are aware. But why would you encourage a runaway and a rebel to return?
It was a question that we've asked this Lauren multiple times over the course of our journeys across Australia. And it was always one of she wanted to be able to prove herself, her capabilities, her prowess, her expertise, that she was of equal of the power and capability of that which she was betrothed to, namely Ramos here. Because up until that point in time, she only had academic expertise and capabilities that from which a classroom or from practical exercise. She never had it tried and vetted and proofed through practical application.
Could have joined the military. No, she couldn't have. Her parents would not have allowed it. We would have made an exception for such a fine individual. That was her choice.
And once she had proved to herself that she would have been of equal match to that which she was betrothed, she wished to return here of her own volition. Unfortunately, circumstances in Nausha prevented that. However, she returned nonetheless.
About damn time. She's doing it in order to curry favor and solve a problem. I hope that she is, because otherwise this could be quite problematic. Regardless, the wedding will go on as appointed. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. Wish you had brought it to our attention faster. After all, these are serious matters, and having agents of the Fey realms within our walls is something we should pay more attention to going forward. If these matters are as serious as you deem, perhaps a bit more urgency instead of a party at the various establishments in the area would have been more prudent.
Seems difficult to traverse outside of the establishment with which we resided due to the lockdowns and the methods with which we were received. One of my party members got to expend a fortunate night in your local legal facilities.
As he's supposed to. I commend the guards for their quick action upon discovery of the exfiltration. They don't know our customs.
So you understand our reluctance.
They don't know our customs, but I assume a small amount of ignorance is to be forgiven. After all, not everyone knows all the rules. The rules are laws for a reason. But we must understand why the rules exist.
Are there?
I just went out for a walk. Why would that be a problem?
There are many sensitive areas within the Night Spire. Be cautious where you go. You have permission to roam as long as you are accompanied by one of the official of someone in an official capacity. Until then, you are guests of the Protectorate and to be attended to. Is that understood?
Do what? Can I make the choice on who our attendants are? Because there were the 4 ladies at the mermaid place. They said that they would love to hang out with me, and we could go everywhere together.
You may choose to have 1, 2, 3, or all 4 of the ladies from the Mermaid's Mirage attend you. After all 4 of them are members of the military.
Great military.
We do our best to ensure that our troops and various members are well served in their in their leisure and their recreation.
Oh, wonderful. I would almost join up, except, I'm not one of you all. I don't really, I'm not a citizen of the Protectorate.
That much is certain. Please pardon us, for we will go and deliberate. We will return at 11 p.m. for the wedding. It will be a festive occasion, I'm sure.
By your leave.
And, as has been established before, they are going to go ahead and snap their heels together. Stand at attention for a moment before turning and walking away as one.
Have it bows. Curtsy.
Romos is going to step forward. That went amazingly well.
I understand your prudence and suggestion of utmost importance that we present ourselves through our conversation.
What time is it now?
It would be, at this point, it would be 8 p.m. You have 4 hours.
And okay, so GM, just to clarify, do we have to wait for them for their decision, or do we get that later?
You would be asking that of Rolmos, not of the GM.
Okay, I wasn't certain how you worded it, whether you had stated that or
I did not state that. That would be a question for Rolmos, not for the GM in this case. And Rolmos, to that question, will respond, it is likely we will not get a response officially until tomorrow at the earliest.
Well, then there is nothing more we can do, except get you ready for your wedding.
So we'll take the barge, we'll drop you off so that you can take care.
Let's go back.
But we have a massage scheduled.
She looks at Romos. Is this what you want?
I wish to have this wedding performed, and I wish to answer all tests provided to me by the various members of your party. I wish to prove myself the best possible candidate in spite of the reservations of certain members of the party.
Okay.
Trials, tribulations, decision support processes, it's not important. You're good. We'll get you back so that you can work with this Lauren, and then we'll take care of Romos over here.
She looks at Twilight and says, if y'all come back smashed, you're going to get smashed. And not in a good way. No drunk. Yes, Eowyn?
So I'm pretty sure I'll be stuck babysitting them again. What roles do you have in place for them?
Repeat.
I'm pretty sure I'll be stuck babysitting again. So what roles do you have in place for them?
Roles in place for what? I'm sorry, repeat that. For some reason, you're breaking up at the start. Your mic's too close to your mouth.
Babysitting.
Oh, for babysitting. So,
The rules are nobody gets drunk. They can drink, but they can't get drunk.
So 3 bottles, perfect.
Your clothes have to remain clean.
No, we have changing outfits. We're good.
He looks at Romos. Is this what you're wearing tonight, or do you have a different outfit?
I have a different outfit.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure.
See, we're on the up and up. We're good.
Be on time. Be on time.
After
We're
all,
ending
what
2
military
hours
officer
before.
does not have a second uniform?
Of course.
He looks at Twilight. Be on time.
We have 2 hours to prepare for the wedding after the activities are complete.
Oh, you be on time. So, that being said, if
Party bus?
You want
Party
want to continue with your bachelor trials tests?
Have your permission?
She gives him a look that could kill and says, behave.
Absolutely, my dear wife.
Don't make me send Urgle to follow you.
There's no need for that.
Send Urgle.
Oh, Urgle's fine. Actually, no, wait. Urgle may be the star of the party. Yes, send Urgle.
Back to the house so I can get ready for this wedding.
Absolutely.
A maid of honor's job is never done. Okay.
So you guys can return to the house. Awesome.
Well,
Eowyn, don't let anybody get arrested.
not going to get arrested.
I'll try my best.
Aelin, are you going to get off here, or are you coming with us?
I'm going with you. You three can't be trusted alone.
I mean,
And
they have a point there.
And she looks at Eowyn and says, "Okay, all right." She looks at each one of the ones she knows. She deliberately jumps over Rolmos because he's the groom. It's a given. But at the same time, she looks at Eowyn and says, "Keep them out of trouble. Be nice. And have fun. I've got to go get ready for a wedding. Be back on time. Bye." And she runs to the room where Lauren is getting ready.
Awesome.
Now that Covet is gone, she said that we need to have fun. So, are we ready to have fun?
That's the part I remember as well.
Romos looks at Eowyn with a questioning look. Truce?
I'll decide on that later.
I said be nice.
Do we need
You
to go
hear
out?
it down the hall. I said be nice.
Do we need to go to the dueling fields to settle this disagreement?
No.
For those who didn't see, Covet just threw something at Twilight.
Just threw a paper towel at him and it hit.
I love the fact that you had to confirm that it hit him, but like that's not an often occurrence.
It's not a bad thing.
Evidently, I've got a big head, but it's not that big.
Oh, okay.
So, we still...
Ayla's got her lip.
We still have an
Oh my
hour
God,
remaining at the Mirage that we can utilize, or we can go straight to the massage parlor.
Well, I think we have to go to the Mirage so that I can get my escort.
That's
I have a
right. They
military
did
escort.
say that you got your escort. So yeah, we'll go to Mirage first. We'll pick up Kiki's escort, and then we'll go to the massage place.
I just want to know what kind of massage place this is.
One that involves hands.
Okay.
To my knowledge, they all do.
No, actually, not all of them do. Shiatsu, I believe, is feet.
Yeah, there's feet, there's rocks, there's
Yeah.
all sorts of.
On our cruise, I ended up having a massage with
3 of them?
wouldn't you like to know?
No, I wouldn't. Thank you very
Figure out
much.
how to use the 3 seashells.
All right, next.
All right.
So we're gonna drive. We're gonna take the floating barge by the Mermaid's Mirage, pick up Kiki's escort, and then we'll go on to the massage parlor.
Well, here's the thing. The massage parlor is at the Mermaid's Mirage.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Are you kidding me?
You hear Covet open the door down the hall and says, "Eowyn, be nice," and closes the door.
I am not going to be nice.
You don't have to go.
Excuse
Well-
Twana is married. Atmos is about to be married. They shouldn't be in a place like this.
So, Aelin, this is nothing more than the massaging and the relaxing of muscles before a potential stressful evening. This is only to be able to relax, to focus in, and to understand who we are as individuals.
If it becomes more than that, I will hit you. With
It's
the
an
fireball.
absolute valid thing. Like, for Eowyn, that is 100% valid. And I think that's kind of what Covet asked for, was keep them out of trouble and be nice. So as long as it's not anything more than just exploration and relaxation, everything's going to be fine.
For everything else, you have to pay extra.
You might find that that's not even something that's available here. So, as you guys approach, Pearl is actually outside the establishment when you guys arrive. Returned.
We've got a hour massage apiece scheduled for this evening that we would like to partake in.
Of course. Your reservations are still intact. We didn't overbook. After all, that would be highly unprofessional. Please, come inside.
Let's
And
go, guys.
you guys can go inside.
Amazing.
As you do so, 4 women come running up to Kiki.
I don't even think I learned your names last time. What are your names? I'm Kiki, by the way. Well, you can call me Kiki. My name is Shakik.
They will whisper in your words, "It's nice to see you again, Shakik."
Kiki, are these your escorts? Do you mind introducing us?
Yeah, let me introduce them. What are your names, ladies?
All right, so you have Alphys, you have Evaf, you have Althea. Oh, Althea, I misspelled that. And you have Yoke.
So, Twilight, Rolmos, Eowyn, I'd like to introduce you to
Eowyn will hide his face.
Eowyn's gonna have his
Alphys?
face.
Alphys, Evaf, Alfaya, and Yoke. These are my military escorts. They're here to keep us safe.
Rolmos is gonna say, I'm quite familiar with the members of the military.
Oh, Ramos,
Oh
you know
yeah,
these
you're
individuals?
like a big officer.
Indeed.
So do they report for duty often?
Every day.
Of course.
As he's going to walk back to the VIP section, and he's going to sit down. As the dancing in the center continues.
I believe our individual that will be performing the massage should be en route here shortly.
Of course. And the 4
believe
women
that-
are hanging all over Kiki.
I believe the bubbly fountain is still there.
Well, it's a fountain that the water goes over the bubbles of bubbly. Yes, Eowyn.
I just want you to remember there's like I think the limit was like 3 drinks and after that you're done.
I love it. He is such a good DD. Designated driver. He's a designated dude.
So, Eowyn, let me introduce you to the Dragon's Horn Island iced tea.
What is made up of the Dragon's Horn Island iced tea? What goes into this? Oh, cheater. I see what you're doing. I know where you are.
So, I don't know that Eowyn knows it, but there's probably upwards of about 10 different alcohols involved in this particular iced tea.
All
Can
right.
Can I roll a perception check?
Sure. What are you trying to perceive?
Is that the right one to figure out what Twilight is getting?
This would be a history check.
History.
Yes. And can you send me the list, Twilight, in Discord?
Yeah.
All right. So with the 13, let's see here. Getting this from Twilight real quick. And for the record, there's no nudity here at all. Everyone's just by land dweller standards, everyone's in very skimpy outfits. But for these people, that's pretty standard. And you've seen Islarin in less.
So we're just saying on a spiciness level, 1 chili pepper to 5, we are at like 8.
6? You're at a 6.
6.
Yeah. For those of you who have seen like the Matrix Resurrection or the Matrix Revolution, the cave scene in there where everyone's dancing together, no nudity, but you know, lots of hopping around, lots of bumping and grinding, lots of wet dancing, etc. Bare feet, lots of motion.
It's very PG-13.
No, this is straight up PG. There's nothing inappropriate going on. So the beverage that they get comes with a small umbrella. And the drink that Twilight has ordered would be a bright orange.
But do I know what it is for my history check?
Yeah, you know what this is? It is an alcoholic beverage made of vodka, rum, tequila, gin, Cointreau, lime juice, and a little bit of cola. Actually, a lot of cola.
At Twilight, you're only getting 2 of these.
I heard 3 drinks.
2 is being generous.
It comes in a mason jar.
No, this would be bigger than a mason jar. It's got 14 ounces of cola. This is a big mug.
This isn't a hurricane. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is your only drink for tonight, then.
This is a whole typhoon, okay?
Right? Like, this
This
is
is
something
just
I may
getting
actually
heavy
have to go
started.
out and buy because it actually looks kind of good. Just saying, guys.
It does sound pretty good, really.
I will tell you what, I will put this on my list and I will go ahead and I will go to the liquor store later and I will purchase the ingredients for this.
Hey.
It's amazing.
And I will
Oh,
give
God.
it to
You mixed it up, a Long Island? Goodness.
This is not a Long Island at all. This is a Dragon's Horn Long Island.
Well, of course, yes.
So,
A Dragon's Horn Long Island. Yep, you will get messed up.
yeah,
I can put in an order for one of those, yes.
okay. I will go and test it and see if I like it. We shall see. I'll put it on my list of things to do next week. So,
One of my favorite.
all
3
right.
of these for everybody.
So, as you guys sit here and enjoy the party, a very large man, 6'4", 380 pounds, comes up to the area with a folding table. Twilight, this is not what you expected.
Romulus gets this one.
Romos smiles. Captain? The man nods and sets up the folding table. And
None of this is turning out how Twilight wanted. None of this is.
Romos
Twilight, what-
will get up onto the table and, with his clothes on, receive a massage. Elbows, there's a knee that goes up in the middle of his back. He's currently mounted by this guy as he pushes down on his shoulders. You hear the snap and crackle pop of his back. The man is manhandling Rolmos. You're not sure if this is a wrestling match with no opposition or massage.
Twilight, you should try it.
After 15 minutes, Rolmos gets up, nods, sits down. Your turn, Sir Twilight.
Twilight will have a little bit of resignation, and then we'll get up on the table.
All right. The man will lean into you. And he's been through one massage already that was quite thorough and energizing for Rolmos. After all, he knows that Rolmos is getting married. This is not a secret across the entire place. The rumor has gotten out that Rolmos is getting married tonight. You're going to have special dancers come by and dance in front of the group. You're going to have all sorts of people come by and congratulate him on his wedding to Islaren. But Twilight, the masseuse, he spent the time already massaging Rolmos, so when he leans up against you, his hot, sweaty, muscular body leaves nice, long, wet slime across your arms and legs. The small of your back is moistened and dampened. You are pressed down by the massive bulk of this man into the folding table until you feel your muscles relax. The more you tense up, the harder he pushes. The only way to alleviate this pain and pressure is to just accept it, because he views any tensing up as knots in your muscles.
That checks out. Hey, Kiki, you're next.
Kiki is currently receiving a massage from 4 women.
I think I'm good. I don't know. I think I'm going to be all right.
All right, perfect. Aowen, get over here. It's your turn.
Eowyn?
No, thank you. I'm only security.
Oh no, you're extremely tense. Come over here and enjoy this massage. And he looks.
You're
at
the
the
reason I'm
masseuse and
tense.
tells
No.
him he needs to be encouraged to get onto the table.
Rolmos looks at you. He obviously does not wish to be involved.
Sorry, what?
Rolmos tells Twilight, Sir Eowyn obviously does not wish to be involved in relaxation and is taking their role seriously. Allow them to do so and simply enjoy the festivities.
Twilight will then look at Aowen. See, I guess Romo just says that you don't want to be a part of the festivities tonight and that you don't want to support Aowen. I understand. I'll let you sit over there and brood in the corner. It's fine.
So,
Is there anything on the table?
there's lots of things on the table. There's breadsticks, there's several pieces of candy, some fudges, there's some
I'm
caramels.
gonna grab the breadstick and throw it at Twilight.
Okay. The breadstick thunks off of Twilight's freshly massaged body. Twilight, that can't help but hurt.
Sounds like this is a food fight. Amazing. Great idea, Aowen.
Ramos looks appalled at the situation. There will be no food fighting.
We're not food fighting?
There's no food fighting. I just did that because you were being dumb. Like you always are.
Oh, look! The crew of the Great Iv is coming. And coming up, there's a group of men and women, all dressed in this very flowy, skimpy outfits, who come up and perform a group dance before you. It's
Excuse me.
30 of them.
Can I hide under the table?
You hide under the table, okay?
I actually volunteer Aowen to participate in said opportunity and demonstration.
Rolmos is going to look at you. Is this a test of his valor as well?
Absolutely.
Rolmos is going to bend down from his chair to under the table. Lord Eowyn, such a posture is not edifying to your fame. Should you wish to be viewed and respected by the underlings around you, perhaps taking on an air of aloofness may be more desirable. I will not pressure you to participate in the dance because I can obviously see you are uncomfortable, but at least stand proud of who you are.
It's easier to stand proud when you are, when there's not people crowding you.
Please provide us with more room. And he just waves his hand, and everyone takes 2 steps back. The only person crowding you right now, Aowen, is Twilight's Call.
That-
Are you ready for your massage, or are you going to join the dance troupe?
Lord Aowen has decided that he does not desire to participate in either of the activities. He is being, as you say, a stick in the mud. Allow him to do so, lest you step upon him and pierce your foot.
I understand. Evidently, he's a little bit torn by the activities of this evening.
We must respect the desires and moralities of those around us.
Well,
He nods at Aowen in at least respect of his decision, and will not pressure Aowen to do anything he doesn't want to do. Does Aowen respond with at least a nod? Or does Aowen just stand there?
I don't think he got out from sitting under the table.
So he's just going to sit under the table, okay? Romos is going to encourage him again. Stand proud of who you are. Hiding is not dignified.
Does everyone in here just listen to you?
He looks around, looking for someone who might not listen to him. All of these people are under my command. I'm responsible for all of their actions. As a high-ranking military member, these people all are military and are in their recreational activities.
Can you ask for a bit more space?
Of course. Would you prefer a different booth, Aowen?
I mean, I kind of have to keep an eye on these two.
Very well. Would you prefer a seat on the balcony where you can observe us but not be involved in the festivities?
That'd be better, actually.
Very well.
Aelin, would you prefer to be invisible?
But I shut up.
Romos.
Aelin, you will find that Twilight is actually being quite serious and straightforward. I do have a technique called a dynamic exit that allows you to be invisible for the next hour, free from the observations of everyone around you.
Romos nods. Should you choose to use this ability, I won't blame you. However, should you wish to be visible to certain parties, he nods at Twilight, we can provide you with an escort to the balcony where you would be left alone at a table with only one chair.
And I think the balcony option is fine.
He nods. He gestures over to a man who is more dressed than the rest. And the man will come over and continue dancing until Romos nods. The ensign here will take you upstairs. Follow him, and he will provide you with a seat. That one there should do. You should have line of sight upon us the entire time. Will that be acceptable?
Yeah, it's acceptable, I guess.
There will be a travel through the crowd, I'm afraid. That's unavoidable. But once you are upon the balcony, the crowd should diminish. And so the guy will escort Aowen through the crowd and they part a little bit. You won't bump into anybody, and you go up a set of spiral staircase up to the balcony, where you will find a table with a beverage waiting for you. It is water with ice. And you can easily see Rolmos. You can easily see Twilight. However, from this angle, all you can see of Kiki is some feathers among legs and arms.
Okay, I'm not surprised.
All right. So while this party is going on, we're going to pan the camera out of this establishment, back across the Night Spire to Aslarin's home. Oh, he is not there. What the hell is he doing there?
What is he doing in there?
He is not
Where'd you
there.
go? Where'd you go?
Does he have a,
He's got a
does he have a
simulacrum.
clone?
No,
Is
sorry.
it doppelganger?
That's GM Eric's mistake. Eric messes up occasionally.
Angelic my friend.
No. So, Covet, Ayla, and Islarin are inside the trying room, the dressing room. What are you three doing? I know the
When,
answer, but I'm just
Covet-
asking to jump through the hoop.
When Covet gets back, Islan will ask, "Did everything go well?"
Yep, everything went fine.
There's that word again.
I was told that everything went surprisingly well.
Oh.
So, okay, all right. I'm not gonna lie to you. The thing I had to run out and deal with was, unfortunately, apparently the portals that we've been trying to deal with are opening up here. Already stated. And apparently that's really, 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 really classified. And, well, it came up in the guy's time out. And, well, Rolmos insisted that everybody go to the tribunal. And we went to the tribunal, and we explained their situation, gave them information, and hopefully got what we needed, but we don't know yet, and we won't find out until tomorrow, apparently, because that's what Roma said. So we're in a holding pattern. So yeah. But it's handled.
You went to the tribunal.
It's not exactly planned.
And Romos insisted
So
that you see them
you-
today?
Yep. And they were really insistent that we saw them today.
They came back and informed you. You went out. So I must ask, at what point was the decision made? Who made the decision? Tell me.
I was told not to tell you, and frankly, I kind of agreed. Though I honestly was hesitant, but I understood because of the fact you have a wedding and that you needed to prepare for whatever you are expecting to go down at this wedding.
You have plenty
That
of
is
time
no.
to get ready for the wedding.
Well, it was
But
not
if
a
you
great
want to-
decision, but it was made. And I'm sorry. And please understand, I don't apologize very much. And I realize that I'm sorry, we should have informed you, should have brought you. But it was done, and the reasoning to me, that was told to me was it was a political move to protect you, or at least that's how I understood it.
Lauren's expression right now is probably not one that you've seen often.
Probably very angry.
Yes.
Which is
But
rightfully so.
I know that we spoke about protecting each other. This is not something I needed protection from.
And that
If
is
it
fair.
provides political difficulty to me, something I will handle. I know you are. Who was it who requested that you not tell me?
It was Twilight. He had requested me not to. And he was the one that had requested that you not come in protection of you.
Okay.
And it was one where I wanted to make sure that you were safe as well, even though I did not agree with you not coming. I mean, but it is done, and if I could go back and redo it, I would, but I cannot.
I respect that you told me now.
But what is
For
done
the
is done, and I will accept the consequences for it.
Lauren takes a moment to compose herself. Yes, it is. Now, next time, though, you will involve me in this decision. It is a decision he made that is regarding me or that affects me. I will not be angry for very long, but I am angry.
That is fair.
This is something that we will get through, but now, size and not complete the sentence. I will speak to Twilight of this as well.
That is understood. If you don't want me here, I understand.
Did not say that. Well, we do still have a wedding to prepare for.
I'm gonna pause for a
Smile.
moment. Just
Yes,
checking.
to be clear,
Totally in character.
Is Lauren in character? Totally in character. Like, as a player, I'm perfectly fine with how everything transpired.
I've been checking with the player the whole time. So everything's cool as far as players go. This is 100% in character. Let's continue.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But she smiles and looks at Islaren and says, "You'll get more to the story from Twilight. I don't know exactly how all of this came down myself, but this is what happened. This is what I can tell you. And again, I'm sorry, but we do have a wedding, like you said. So let's get you ready."
I forgive you. I did not say those words, but I should make that clear.
I know you're not big for hugs, but can I have one? Make me feel better.
Certainly.
Yay! And she gives her a hug.
Then get shanked.
That tracks too.
Oh man. No.
But no. So
Well, the neat thing is that it's Lauren and I got to have some time together and just spend talking, and that was nice, and I enjoyed that too.
Absolutely. I mean, the stories that you told me of home, riveted.
It was
ooh,
different.
I need in on this. I need in on this. Oh my goodness.
Okay. So, after a couple more hours, the door will bust open with a hearty, singular voice, maybe two. Kiki, would you be singing when you return? Or are you returning?
I'm returning. I'm feeling the best I've ever felt. Yeah.
How many
I'm-
people are you bringing
returning
with you?
Escorted.
No, I brought my escort because I was told by the council that I can't walk around unless I have them with me.
How many did you bring with you, sir?
How many wanted to come? I invited them all.
All 4 of them came with you.
All right. It's Lauren. I brought some friends to your wedding.
It's Lauren, 4 military women dressed in recreational clothes that are soaking wet and have some Aarakocra down mixed in their hair and in their clothing, along with Kiki being slightly glittery. Yeah, as you hear the voice from outside, you peek out and see them. As Twilight's Call, no doubt, and I do not need to run this past him because he already sent me the message, busts into the house, drunkenly singing a sea shanty. Covet, you are providing the appropriate appearance as you have your head in your hands. Twilight's Call snuck several more drinks in while Eowyn was observing the other members of the party, and Twilight's Call is definitely buzzed, if not a little more.
Okay, so to be clear, he is the only one that's drunk, right?
Rolmos has drank water.
Okay, so again, he's the only one that's drunk, right?
Kiki, would you be drunk?
He would probably be, he would be feeling pretty good.
Okay,
Drunk it has a negative connotation.
all right.
I think we should go more with celebratory.
Celebratory and festive?
There you go.
Awesome. So, Kiki is right at the precise point where one should be when drinking alcohol and not beyond.
Absolutely.
However, Twilight absolutely decided to rebel against the chaperoning of Eowyn and has snuck in a couple extra ones of those drinks.
To be fair, I was challenged.
Indeed.
You weren't challenged.
He was restricted and therefore rebelled.
Can I grab Charlie by the ear and just drag him to where Covet is?
Absolutely.
You can attempt, but you're not authorized.
Roll your athletics check, sir. Eowyn? Athletics check, please.
If it fails, I want to use inspiration.
Very well.
Even need it.
All right. And Twilight, your acrobatics or athletics? With disadvantage because you're buzzed. Disadvantaged. So, with an 8, sir, you are easily dragged towards the fitting room.
That checked.
Covet, you hear the sea chanting approaching the door.
She goes and grabs what
It
she
was-
was
wait.
expecting. Go for it.
It won't get their attention by banging on the door.
The door bangs. Covet, wh- if you choose to open the door, would you choose to open the door or crack it a little bit?
I would hear the sea shanty
Uh-huh.
and grab one for each member, including Rolmos, because she doesn't know who's part of this. And she grabs one petal of the Australian fire bloom for each member,
Okay.
and cracks open the door just enough for her to slip out and closes.
Sure, you turn and you see Eowyn standing there, magnificent in his perfectly clean armor, the chainmail shining in the light, sober as the day is bright, holding on to Twilight Call's ear, and Twilight is continuing to sing his sea shanty.
All right.
The smell of citrus and alcohol waft across you.
Her stomach rolls just a little bit, but she has had enough lessons in poise growing up to know how to hide it. And she looks at Eowyn and is like, "Is he the only one, or do I have two others?"
From what I know, he's the only one. Somehow snuck past me.
You'll see a very happy Kiki standing there with his arms around, with two mermaids on one arm and two mermaids on the other arm.
Well, they're not mermaids. The place is called the Mermaids Mirage, but these are Tritons.
To Kiki, they're mermaids.
Sure, absolutely. Aquatic people. And they're currently petting his head and that nice long cowlick on the back. Yeah, like they're generously giving him all the excess petting that inebriated people or festive people would be giving someone who they are inhibitionlessly touching.
You tried. And that's all I can ask. I appreciate you, Eowyn, so much. She takes his other ear, pulls him down to her height, and and then pinches his nose so he'll open his mouth wider, and she shoves one of the Australian fire bloom petals in there and closes his mouth and covers both his mouth and his nose so he'll actually swallow.
Okay. Twilight, your buzz and your lovely feeling of being intoxicated instantly fade. Replaced immediately by a hangover.
My head.
And she's like, "Stay right there and be quiet." And she goes over to Kiki and says, "Sorry, friend. You need this too." And
The
she
girls
gives
look
him-
at you. No.
Sorry, we have a wedding to get ready for.
Oh, we'll get him ready. And they start moving him away from you towards
I think
somewhere.
not. Thank you. As she grabs
Kiki,
his,
are you going to resist?
No, I know what I'm beat. I'll obey a comment.
You're a monk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not actually drunk. He's immune to poison.
Okay, then never mind. Okay.
He's just feeling good because he's got 4 girls and he's been drinking all he wants and can't get drunk.
Gosh, I wish I had that problem. Okay. Well, it looks like you had a good time, but you got a little glitter there underneath that feather.
Oh,
thing
I
there.
wanted to be fancy for the wedding. I thought that was a good thing.
That glitter is a thing. However, you kind of smell of alcohol, dude. You might want to go like, I don't. Do you
Ooh,
bourbon?
a bath. Let's go do that. And where's your bedroom?
Oh, it's back this way.
And
I've
the
got a bath in there.
4 girls and Kiki are going to go towards his bedroom, Covet.
He is a grown ass bird. He can do what he needs to.
Grown-ass bird. What time is the wedding? I don't want to miss it.
We need to be at the tribunal at 11.
All right. I'll be there.
You have 2 hours, Kiki, to get bathed and dressed. Way more than enough time.
What's he gonna do for the additional hour and 55 minutes?
Right?
He's got 4 women. Come on.
So,
Yeah, he's a grown-ass bird. He can do what he wants.
Amen.
as Twilight currently has a hangover, Eowyn stands there, proud that he's sober and has kept people mostly in line. Romos will go over to Eowyn. If you'll excuse me, sir, I have a wedding to go prepare for.
Yes, you do. I guess we'll but shelter?
At the tribunal.
Eowyn didn't have any fun. Eowyn didn't have any fun.
You
So what?
you.
I don't need to have fun.
Stay right here. And she goes back quickly into the dressing room, grabs a potion, help with headache, and back out and gives it to Twilight.
Okay, cool. So, what you've got in Twilight is a lemonade.
Very much.
Just enough electrolytes to get the water to be absorbed faster, a little bit of salt. You're golden.
So much better.
It'll help in about an hour.
You need to do an IV. That'll get you there. That'll get you there fast.
Gosh, I've seen those, and there have been times I'm like,
And when you really need to loosen up a little bit, bud.
no, Aowen's just fine.
What? What did you say?
You need to relax and loosen up. You're a little stiff.
So what? I have a reason to be stiff.
You can't go through life being a stick in the mud.
Well, too bad. I like the mud. What if I like the mud? What?
You're acting like Basil.
I am not.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Okay, all right, that's the alcohol.
I'm being on guard for the sake of the party. If everyone's relaxed at a party, we could easily be caught off guard.
Okay, Ronaldus, I understand. I'll go get ready for the wedding.
Stop calling me that.
Eowyn, you look at Covet, and Covet, if you, I don't know if you can see her webcam right now, Eowyn, but Covet's got her jaw open, pissed at the moment. And Twilight, it's great.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I have burning hands.
You
Can I
wanna-
slap him with it?
That's going to burn down this house.
You said it wasn't made of wood.
There's a lot of not wood here. True. Do you want to do a fire spell in here at Twilight?
Yes.
Do I see
Yep.
Eowyn?
About to cast it. Yep.
There's lots of flammable stuff in here.
I get control flames ready.
Didn't re-instruct it. It's fine.
So as burning hands rolls out from Eowyn's hands.
Actually, I'm gonna do counterspell.
Okay. Unfortunately, the spell fizzles as the counterspell happens. Covet tries to stop the situation. What does Covet say?
Pyro, get your temper under control. I know you're hot right now, but you need to stop.
You'll get your temper under control.
Now look. This is not your house. You're not allowed to burn it down. If you cast any fire spells, you will. It doesn't matter whether it's made of wood or not. There's plenty of wood in here. So do not cast any fire spells in this house.
So I should drag him outside instead and hit him?
No, that's my job. Don't take my job from me. You stay in your lane, and I'll stay in mine. And I take his ear, and I
Well, if I
drag
don't
him
want to
down
stay in my
alley.
lane.
Stay in your lane.
If you want me to calm him down, then let me hit him.
No, Eowyn.
She's dragging Twilight
I've
away
had
by his
enough
ear.
today.
You'll have enough in your room. Enough.
You're not sitting in my room. I'm not a child.
Then quit acting like one. Go.
I'm not acting like a child.
You're arguing with me. Go. All right. And she drags Twilight to the room.
We got a couple of hours.
You are getting nothing.
Eowyn, you are left in the living room as Ramos leaves. Ayla is with Islarin. Covet drags Twilight to the bedroom and not going to have anything interesting happen. However, as the camera pans to the sixth member of the party, Kiki, you are being escorted into a large round tub by three beautiful women. And as we fade to black on Kiki's bath, that's where we're going to end for today. And we'll come back next week for the wedding of Islar and Shonazath. I hope you guys are having fun with the content. We got through a lot of stuff today. As always, guys, thank you so much for choosing me to be your GM. There's a ton of amazing ones out there. I'm always thankful that you choose me to be yours. But we'll come back next week for the next episode of Us Against the Gods.